wanna keep me in the friend zone. Doesn't wanna see me no more. I don't know. Said it's gonna stick this time. Maybe yeah, baby if you say so. Hang me up like a payphone. And you call me on the way home. I don't know what's been going through your mind in the night. Love me then you let me go with nothing on and off. I hate the way I'm stuck in. Can't keep up the games you're always running. No, you know. Got me chasing every other red light. Back and forth, I'm twisted up in timelines. How am I supposed to ever let you go? Oh, when you say you want space and then you're at my place again. I'm trying to pretend, but I can't trust a word out of your mouth. Say you made up your mind, then change it overnight. Soon as the moon is out, I can't trust a word out of your mouth. Something's taking over your eyes. Trying to keep it on the inside, but can't hide. No, it's no use in running now. Maybe you like the attention, maybe you're keeping me guessing. Maybe it's superstition, but I know you're coming back for more. Yeah, I know you're coming back. Say you want space and then you're at my place again. I'm trying to pretend, but I can't trust a word out of your mouth. Say you made up your mind, then change it overnight. Soon as the moon is out, I can't trust a word out of your mouth. don't buy wealth when you're by yourself. Hey. Got me standing by myself. It's a real long way to hell. Money don't buy wealth when you're 6 feet deep up by yourself. I feel so sore as the time flows. I feel 6 feet deep left to run alone. I can't escape this black hole. I feel 6 feet deep left to run alone. Alone, alone, alone. I feel so sore. I feel so sore. Watch my feelings start to bleed. Hey, 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 hey.
Dark and hazy city nights, immersed in the neon lights. People in the shadows fight a higher cause to change our lives. Close my eyes, I try to sleep but in my mind there's no reality. I'm latching on to all I know, and I've no idea where to go. city nights, immersed in the neon lights. People in the shadows fight a higher cause to change our lives. Close my eyes, I try to sleep, but in the mind, there's no reality. I'm latching on to all I know, and I've no idea where to go.
Good evening, Organized Chaos fans. Born Total Guide Hammond here alongside Shay Fresh for the beard edition of the finals here. How are you doing tonight, Shay?
I'm doing great, Juggle. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what we got. It's been so long since I've been in the casting booth here in OC. I think I participated like the tournament like once, under its new iteration, quite a while ago. So, happy to be back. Can't wait to see what we've got. I see some old friends, here in the chat, here in some of the teams as well. I understand you were a part of one of the teams that we're going to be seeing tonight in this best of seven.
I was on Team MTD, indeed. Yeah, we just had 6 players and we needed a color caster, so graciously stepped up to do that. And I'm cheering for them to do their best tonight and see if they can't squeak out the win.
Excellent, excellent. Well, can't wait to see the play. I see we've got a Pine as well, and I definitely see a few regulars, a few names that I know. From just like being around the server, right? Like at this point, I'm an OC lurker, honestly. So I see we've got a Crimson, who I know has been a part of many of the games here. Any players that like you're particularly interested in seeing tonight, Shay? Who you think are going to be popping off, making big plays, things like that?
I know Labs has been a hot name around the area because they are a very young prodigy in a way. They say that themselves as their little tidbit of information. Yeah.
Excellent.
There's some good players on Team MTD as well that are up there in the rankings. So, it's not going to be an easy match for everybody.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, I'm excited. I hope we're in for a nice long night. Also, hello to everybody in chat there. Let's see here. Blank, yo, Jungle Cat, casting my games. Wait, oh, Blank isn't playing. Blank is just saying that like these are his games.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Let's see here. Yeah, Patsy's in chat. Patsy was in here earlier. I tried to give Autumn an aneurysm. But we love that. We love to see Patsy in chat now, rather than perhaps in here causing problems for production, as it were. But tonight looks like we're going to be starting things out, I believe, on Nepal.
Yeah, Nepal is the map we will be going into, and first round there are no bans, so anything goes, and then the teams will figure out what they want to do later on in the match. So this is just completely Bear, let's go, figure out what are they running and how can we start shutting them down.
Excellent. Yeah, now one of the so Pine, right? Like, let's talk about them for a second, because we know a little bit kind of about what they're going to be running, and it sounds like it's going to be pretty much like an Orisa-based composition with a Reaper and a Soch, right? Like that's what they've done. Kind of like leading up to this. That's what we're expecting to have happen moving forward. But as far as your previous team is concerned, it's a little bit of a question mark, right? Like it sounds like you all had to like kind of adapt and flex as the over the course of the weekend.
Yeah, as the games went on, we tried to figure where our stride really was, and we kind of settled with either being like a Maga team or a Roadhog team, where we could kind of enable our tank to push in or just let him be off on his own, getting his own picks. So it's going to be really kind of chaotic in that way, that we're just going to go in and see what we can do.
Excellent. So I feel like if we're talking about going up against an Orisa-based competition, in my mind, and again, I'm a little washed, right? I'm gonna admit it, I'm a little washed at this point. My mind immediately thinks that like the Maga might be a little bit better pick running into the Orisa-based composition. So that feels to me like what we're probably gonna see out the gates. And I feel like as well, like a hog-based composition could be a little bit hard to kind of play around the Orisa on the hog, right? Just considering there's the 4-5, right? I think does even the javelin spin deflect the hook at this point? I think it does,
think it
right?
deflects. Yeah. So I think it's more looking for catching a squishy out on a flank or something.
Sure.
Just doing a roaming hog kind of idea. But the Maga would be more of the team cohesion. Let's dive this character kind of. Let's get the Reaper or something.
Right. Yeah, because what I mean, it can be a dangerous thing to hook a Reaper into your team, though, too, right? Like if they're if you're not tracking ults and they've got the Death Blossom, you could be doing their work for them, right? You get them in there, let them throw the Death Blossom, and then they can just race form out. But yeah, oh my gosh, look at this!
Geez.
That's incredible! Huge shout out there, Blank, the man behind the magic here. Oh wait, that's reported. I just got that in my ear. That this version of Blank is reported in chat. Okay, so and reported, I believe, is playing tonight. Correctly?
Yes.
Or correctly? Correct. His Noxar. Okay, so he's playing for Pine. Well, thank you so much, reported. Thank you, appreciate you. That's huge. All right, well, we're going to be loading in here to Nepal, and actually, okay, so Nepal, right? Like in Roadhog, it could be huge here.
Yeah,
right?
there is maps that have an opening or a coast that you can just hook them off. So possibly,
could be nice pickings there, depending on who exactly we get. But we're loading into the game. Let's see here, do I have? I do have game volume. Excellent. So we're going to be going to one of the 3 maps that has, actually I guess all 3 maps have coast, but you're really only fighting on coast in 2 of them, typically.
Yes.
Right.
This is the one I was talking about though, with the hole in the middle where you can possibly get a cheeky hook in. Yeah. So this could be looking good, but of course, always a little bit tough to say whether or not we're going to be seeing exactly what we see in Spawn right now. Teams love to bait you with that kind of a thing. Noxar at the moment on a ball, which wouldn't be a bad idea here either, right? Ball works pretty well on this map, and from what I hear, ball is in a good place too. But here we go, first game of this best of 7. Go.
Both teams ready to go. Get the TP on the point. Yeah, we are going to be sticking on the ball, so this could be interesting. They're going to have to stay out of the way of the Maga, though. That could definitely be a tough thing to deal with.
Yep, team just fighting for position here. Looking to take high ground here. Ball's in the back lane.
Yeah, ball actually forced to kind of move out a little bit. And the fight breaking out typically where it does on this sub map. We got a Reaper kind of waiting in the wings here, getting some health. Ball looking for an engage. Gets one off the Tesseract, but it's going to be Salty who takes them down. Very, very problematic player for Wrecking Ball, or hero, rather. So with that, point is going to go to Team MTD, and the rest of Pine just backs off.
Ooh, Salty falls down. Labs the already getting an early pick.
Okay, that's big. They definitely have the opportunity to move in here. We're seeing a lot of aggression here. MTD is backing off. Engagement here from the Wrecking Ball. Big slam. Takes out Tesseraction. Player Maddie goes down shortly after that. And,
3K for Labs.
Yeah, Modern falls pretty quickly. Yeah, huge 3K for Labs.
Did have an Enviro there. Hair wire going off the map.
This is one of my favorite places to hang out on Wrecking Ball, right there with that Noxer is using. You can, you never really want to engage from the front on Wrecking Ball. They are going to be checked out, though, looks like. So this could be an opportunity here for MTD to come in. Wrecking Ball's going to take an early engagement there. Or looks like they faked it, though. Maybe try to get out a few cooldowns. Storm Arrow is out right now for Tesseraction. Going to be able to find anything.
Nice.
Big picks there for MTD, and so far we've just got like a very, very back and forth match here, Shay.
Indeed. Oh. They still haven't flipped points, so progress is going up for Team Pine. They got 43 now.
And Ultimate's starting to come online here, so we're definitely going to be seeing some fireworks in this next fight. Noxar is going to have the minefield. They could potentially try to use that to get rid of point, but it's honestly a little bit less useful kind of with the Mog on the field, right? Mog Games just kind of mow through those mines. It's going to be 1-for-1 pick, though. Nice hook! Almost gets the Ana out, but she's going to find that anti-nade. The mines do fight Tesserection, so big opportunity here for Team Pine to come in. Ultimate coming out now, trying desperately to survive here. Wrecking Ball looking for the boop, finds it. That was going to be an environmental if it didn't just kill them outright. Big plays here from Noxar to take that point away from MTD.
Yeah, MTD did commit a Wu Yang.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Noxar really doing well right here with the Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, and what I'm really liking too is like they're, Pine is trying to back out, but they didn't back out quite far enough, and Labs learned that right there in that engagement. So, a big thing right there. But Crimson going down. This could be problematic here for Team Pine. It's just about even right now in the capture percentage, but Leslie tries to contest here. Wrecking Ball going to come in to do just that. Akoaz? To help me with that pronunciation, Chad.
Yeah, Echoes, maybe.
Echoes. All right, we're gonna go with Echoes. Delivers that nano boost. Tesserection being, ooh, taken out on point. Beautiful job there by Noxar, but they're gonna pay for it with their life. Point has flipped over to Team MTD.
Yeah, that Dragon's almost got Ajax, but luckily nobody said anything, so that didn't get caster cursed.
So, looks like Team MTD has just about had enough of Noxar shenanigans on ball, so they're going to throw in the Sombra now to see if maybe they can get something there. Nice sleep there onto Shrek Jr.
An early Kitsune. I'd like to see you beat in a Reaper Blossom. There we go.
Oh, that's exactly what happened. Beautiful call right there. So the point's going to flip over one last time here. Noxar going to be able to hold on to these minefields as well. That's going to be huge, especially considering it's going to be kind of a scuff final fight, right? Haywire is not going to be able to get there in time. We've got Shrek Jr. swapping over to... Oh, big cat there on the Wrecking Ball, but the mines are still active. Touch does come in. Ooh, Doomfist on point, causing a lot of problems. Misses the rocket punch, though. Akko still goes down. Shrek Jr. is going to fall. Mine's still on point. Trailer Maddie goes down as well, and it looks like the finishing touch is being put on this, and Pine gonna come away with sub-map 1.
That was really well played from both teams. Like, there were swaps coming in from both sides, and I enjoyed, well, at least I saw from Shrek Jr. being on Maga, Hog, and Doomfist there at the end for a touch.
Right? Yeah, we kind of went through a bit of a journey there.
I don't mind the Sombra swap either, just trying to shut down a Wrecking Ball, but sometimes it just takes too long to hack such a fast mobile character as Wrecking Ball that it doesn't really do what you need.
Yeah, and if you're you can't do a lot to kind of like track where the Wrecking Ball's been. In addition, I feel like Sombra swap might have been a little late there, right? Because what you're really, the value I think you get out of a Sombra swap against Wrecking Ball is to take out the mines, right?
Right.
And so you can hack the ball, but you're not going to be able to hack the whole minefield. You can EMP it, though. So, Tesserection, though, opting for the Sierra, I believe. The new hero in the mix.
Sierra Mizuki, yeah, from Salty.
Oh, Tesserection going down low. They're going to be able to focus him out. Not quite. Ooh, Shrek Jr. going down low. Salty does fall, though, so Pine with an early advantage here. Slam comes in. Tesserection playing with fire, though. 16 HP. Needs to back out, but Wrecking Ball's got their number.
Yeah, this is the thing about Team MTD is like sometimes they get too split or they get booped around and then they kind of just fall apart. But that's all right. It's a quick reset here with catching that. What do you want to say? The respawn timer.
Right, exactly. Yeah, everybody's gonna mostly come back together And a bit of swaps coming in. Haywire goes over to the Reaper. So now Nox are definitely going to have to kind of watch where they're going a little bit more, right? Especially considering Shrek Jr. is on the Hog. If you get hooked into that Reaper, that could be really problematic if you don't have your hook ready to go. But they do have the shields. They're able to back out kind of beautifully. Didn't you lose any health, so that engagement can come back quickly. But they've given up point. At least a lot of space on point. Nice hook onto the Wrecking Ball, but they did have their grapple. They're going to be able to get away. Salty going down very low. Are they going to be able to survive? Just barely. Hook goes wide. Shrek forces back out. They do take a breather. But at this point, Labs has the ultimate. Here it comes. Are they going to be able to get anything? Nice one from Shrek Jr. to basically completely. That was a crazy shot coming up from Labs around that corner, though. So a little bit of damage done from Labs, but it's not going to be enough to hold on to the point, Shay.
No, I do really like the use of the whole hog there, just to keep that Labs out of the picture for a little bit and keep control in the space of the point.
Nothing a quick repair.
Yeah, huge play. Really negated that ultimate almost completely. I mean, effectively it did, right? Because they got the point control and they get the respawn, and now they don't have him moving to this next fight. So it's going to be on Noxar, right, in a big way. He definitely wants to hold on to that Samurai. He's probably going to use it to respond to this Kitsune rush coming up. Ooh, here comes the infield off the paint.
That Kitsune rush Maddie is down early. Wow. Hey, the Nano Reaper Blossom there just to get 3. That's amazing.
Yeah, huge plays. Quite a bit of an expensive fight there coming out from Pine. So definitely a little bit of an advantage, I think, coming back to take this point here for MTD. Right, I think we're going to see this early Kitsune rush.
I would like to see this pop real soon. Just rush right on the point. They're all on coast.
Oh, yeah, we see the pivot. Crimson goes down as everybody notices it. It was off the point, though.
It was, yeah, they still haven't used it.
Oh, gosh, yeah, you're right. Somebody's got to be for the team to get the points. We are a little bit late from the shot. Being contested now. Shrek. The point. Trying to hold things down, but Pine looks like this will be able to.
Ooh, a 4K for coming out from Haywire. Can you get the 5th? Let's get the ace.
Just when you think it's done. Oh my god.
It's almost. Yeah, no, that was all ultimates are off the board now. Mine's coming up actually. My bad.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be it for this, and really it's gonna be tough for MT to stay on point here. So they're gonna want to try and negate this as quick as they can. They move in with it. Way too big, coming up the minefield. The team display. Dragon Ball pushes the Reaper out of the way. Gonna be able to recapture point here. Shrek gonna be forced to touch point, but they've got so little. All they can do is get kind of activated. It's gonna keep it alive. Only got a little bit of health left, and that's gonna be fine. Speaking number 1.
Round 1 goes the way of Pine. Well played. I think the ultimates there and the rotations were really well coming out from Team Pine with the way the second map ran. I would like to see these more ult combinations happen with like the Blossom and Nano or Blossom Kitsune. So these players, look at them go.
Oh my god. It's just beautiful, just beautiful. Yeah, I mean, we certainly saw several good moments like that, right? And I think we saw a little bit more of it from them on the first sub map too, from MTD. It felt to me like they were holding on to him just a little bit long too. Like in particular, I would have liked to see that Kitsune rush come out a lot sooner. You know, that's such a great initiation tool. And I feel like they were waiting maybe a little bit too long. You could throw it out there a little earlier, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're gonna get value almost like if you could see the point, you're gonna get value. I feel like if you pop that Kitsune rush. So hopefully we'll see that coming into the next map. But now it is going to be MTD's map pick. So, do you have any insights for us, kind of knowing the mindset of the team a little bit here, Shay?
Uh, we are either going to Flashpoint or Push, I believe, and I know Suravas. No map pool. Oh, my bad. Yeah, no, we could literally go anywhere. I know the team when I was playing with them played Suravasa and New Queen because we were restricted there, but we might want to play something a little more brawly, something with less high ground. You know, you don't want to go to like a Gibraltar or Parizio if they're going to run the ball so much.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Maybe we go to the classic New King or King Street, Kings Row. There we go. I'm getting
Kings
my
Row.
words confused. New King Street, yeah.
Yeah, New Queen Street would be tough. That's a ball map right there for sure. But yeah, I mean Kings Row, classic, right? You're definitely gonna, I think, be playing a little bit more to your advantages if you're teaming MTD on a Kings Row. In addition, I could see something like a Circuit Royale working for them, right?
Yes.
Depending on whether or not they have like a poke tank kind of available. I mean, um, if they can swap to the Sig, even the Orisa, I think could be a good option there. So, wouldn't be surprised if we see either of those.
Yeah, I believe Shrek Jr. does have a few other tanks under their belt to play. It does seem that we are going to a Flashpoint, however, and it's going to be one of the newer maps, Atlas. So this has a lot of corridors, a lot more of that pokey brawly kind of idea. If you want Sigma or even a Reinhardt kind of idea, I love that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think they could still play the Hog here too.
Mhm.
Truthfully, because you could, especially thinking about hooking a Hog in or like hooking somebody in around one of those corners, right?
Mhm.
Taking them out of view of their team, that could be really, really useful for them. But now we're moving into bans, right? And it is going to be Team MTT with the first ban as well. So, do you? I feel like the ball was working really well, but I
Mhm.
don't know if that's the first place I would be looking to ban if I were Team MTD.
Sure. I know labs will like heat up once the games get going, so you might want to shut that Sojo down later. Or if
Oh,
they want to choose, go swap to a different character like Sierra or the Cassidy. They probably played that before, I believe. So,
the Cassidy could be, yeah. I mean, if you swap to the Cassidy, like if the Sojourn gets banned, right? Swapping to the
mhm.
Cast could be really good, especially I feel like in the face of the Hog, you know, being able to flash and roll out could be really, really useful.
Yeah. So that's why, shutting labs down with a hero ban might not be the first answer to solving the question if Team MTD can squeak out a win here. But I believe that whatever they're choosing, they're going to be smart about it. They know
Yeah,
what this team wants to run and they can figure out what's giving them a problem here tonight.
yeah, and it is going to be a Reaper ban. Just came in, and honestly, I think we were kind of dancing around that. I think we were eventually landing there, and I think that makes a lot of sense, right? Like that's not a hero,
Mhm.
I'm not trying to like, I'm not saying anything about Reaper players or Reaper mains here, but that's one where you don't really need to wait for your aim, right, to warm up a ton.
Yeah.
That's a hero that's much more about game sense. I feel like and timing rather than making sure you're clicking the head. So I think getting that Reaper ban could be really, really good, especially if you are wanting to play the Hog, right?
Yeah.
Or another tank that just doesn't have that way to um negate
Mitigate.
damage quite as
Yeah.
easily. Yeah, mitigate damage quite as easily. So I don't know if we could though see. I feel like later for MTD could be an Ana ban, right? Like I definitely saw a couple of nice sleeps coming out. I also saw a couple of nice nades.
hmm I completely agree with the Reaper pick there. Both teams had either a 3 or 4K coming out from their Death Blossom there.
Yeah, they did.
So yeah, both teams are taking the L and having a Reaper off the map here, but both for very different reasons. I believe an Ana ban would coming from Pine just well was it Pine then? No.
I was thinking like an Anaban from MTT could be really good because I definitely saw
Later
like,
on.
Yeah, like later on. Yeah, the band that did come in though was JQ.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting because we haven't seen the JQ come out, and I'm not super familiar with Atlas at this point, so I don't know if this is a ban at the map, right?
I think Noxar has played Queen once on this yesterday's tournament, so yeah, they could possibly bring it out for more of a brawly style. It's possible.
Oh, so this could even be kind of a protection ban, banning JQ right now so that JQ doesn't get banned later.
Mm.
That's a really good point. Like, especially if a team MTD decided to go somewhere like Kings Row, right? Like a Kings Row pick from MTD and a JQ ban on top of that, knowing that Noxar, if they're gonna go to a brawly thing, would play JQ, that could be devastating towards Team Pine. So that could be like a 9,000 IQ like future protection ban we're seeing coming out from Pine here.
And in we go to Atlas. I do like the aesthetics of this map. The colors, so the nighttime lighting, beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I'm a night owl, so anytime we're on a night map, it makes me happy. And I guess this is like Twilight right now, right? Like where we're looking at it at this point. Very, very pretty.
And anyone that has like water to it, I love that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It kind of reminds me too. It reminds me a little bit of like downtown Busan, like a mix of downtown Busan and Umani, just in terms of like the look and feel of it. You got like a lot of those like soft angles and everything, and then yeah, just the vibe overall. But here we go into the next map, and our tanks are flexible tonight. Shrek Jr. and Noxar look like they've got a lot of different things they can bring to the table here, Shay.
Yeah, we have a Zarya and a Sigma going up against each other.
Oh! Okay, early picks for both squads. This is going to be one support down, one support and a DPS down on each side. So, point going to be unlocking right now. Team Pine looking to capture it. Is anybody going to be able to touch point direction? You're moving towards it. They're going to start the contested here. One bubble left here for Shrek Jr. They're doing a great job of kind of minding their bubbles. It's very, very low here now for Pine. They're going to get a couple picks. First capture does go, or rather, first point control is going to go to Team MTD. And they were able to just find a couple of picks here and there to really get this started. It wasn't like a huge pitch, but Labs and Noxar find a pair. So it's not over yet here, Shay.
Yeah, Halewire is looking to pressure that Sigma out, and there's holding the space with these bubbles, just perfectly timed from Shrek Jr.
Yeah.
Being able to deny these dives coming in, and they're making progress on point here, 58% and counting.
Yeah, that's actually huge for that first fight, right? They made this one take a while, right? And there's a lot to be said for doing that on these Flashpoint maps. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a swap coming out from Noxar, though, relatively soon. Those beams are going to be very, very problematic for the Sigma, especially when that shield goes down. And it doesn't have a ton of health either. Salty just ready to get over here. Noxar playing pretty aggressively. Labs going down low. Reaper again. Are they going to be able to make anything happen as Labs is forced to die back? Point is being contested here. Pine has to win this fight if they hope to maintain competitiveness here. Akos takes one down, so it is starting here, but that beam is high charged here for Shrek Jr., but it's not going to stand in the face of Noxar, and it's rock.
Ashai did throw Pulse out. I think that was just to help secure a elim there, but that's all right. Hold that Pulse, indeed. For Team MTD, they have 3, maybe 4 ults coming online, and they have 99%, so it's all for them to decide how to engage this first fight here.
An early Gravitiflux coming here from Noxar. Blade from Lexus as well. Over coming out for somebody, see if they can keep their team alive. But all they have done so far is delay the inevitable here, Shay. Junior pretty something and here they're high charge. They're still moving in. They're looking at 2 kills. Still alive. Still
Let's go.
And Echo says, oh no. Now it's just Shrek Jr. on the point. Gonna use the grab.
Forces beat. Almost an Ajax.
Gosh, Resurrection is back to the fucking kid. They've been able to stay long enough to keep this competitive. They're gonna be able to flip the point back over. This is wild, Shay.
I love it. I love it. I wish that grab came just a hair sooner to catch Labs in it, but you know we'll take what we can. Maddie already gets a pick there.
Yeah, people just trickling on the point, trying to keep us alive here. Noxar is, but the shot has gone down. They're going to go ahead and use the window as well. Both teams really want this point, but it looks like it's swung almost certainly in favor of Team MTD. That was wild. That was wild. That was
Awesome.
Wild.
That was a tough fight for first point there, and now we're going over to. Oh, I can't remember the name of this one. It's got the high ground and the booping jump pad.
Yeah, I had to be honest. I don't know any of the sub point names here yet. for really any of these flashpoint maps. There's so many now. But
So the rotation coming out, and we're swapping over to the Doomfist too.
oh, that is interesting. Yeah, not surprising again because I think the beam it could be very problematic, right? For the Sigma. TDP Crimson down early, though, that could be just a little bit of the result of the fact that there isn't kind of that frontline presence anymore. Looking at as well, we're going to need to see a little bit more aggressive. Nice pulse there, the Tesseraction goes down, so it's only 1-player advantage here. Maddie doesn't look like he gets too much help, but the beautiful ball, they're going to be able to save him, so he finds Shy. And 23% there on the board for Team MTD.
Shrek Jr. with a clutch bubble coming out to player Maddie just to keep the Baptiste alive and sustain your health pool there.
Okay, Doomfist being in, but they're not really finding anybody useful. Salty goes ahead and gets that Kitsune rush up. Texturation does get punched, but they're going to be able to shake it up pretty easily. Immortality feels forced out, though, so now there's going to be an opportunity here for Pine if they want to push in, but without it, it's going to be pretty difficult. TCB Crimson does have the Coalescence, but I don't know if they want to use it, but now it could be time for it. Crimson does start one, but everybody's taking a lot of damage here on this high ground. People on fire, and Haywire finds the kills.
Yeah, very well played there from Haywire. I like using that Phoenix, Alan ult there, not Phoenix. Different game.
Yes, indeed. A little bit of the same story as last time. They're going to try to come in here at the last moment, keep things alive here, but the Tesseraction just clicking heads on that no turn. Getting pretty closer. They're going to be forced is Noxar's making space now for their team, and it's going to be Legends who comes in with the ultimate first. They get it before Tesseraction, that's causing problems. They've already found 2 kills. The point's going to flip here, Shade.
Oh my
There's still more control on point. I think I flip it back. Somebody's going to have to touch point. Somebody's going to have to push them off here. Oh, Maddie in a tough spot.
Yeah, with 99%, I think once again, MTV just wants to disengage, regroup, and use some ults to walk in. Labs had a crazy run of kills going in right there. Definitely why they are the one to look at in this team for Team Pine.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. I'm interested to see if Shrek Jr. is going to use this grab or not, because it could be really useful for this next fight. Might be able to do it with just Tesseractions, ultimate, and these windows, but the window is not going to be available to use now. Advantage here going to Team Pine, or they're going to be able to put away. You might want to use that Graviton Surge now, though, Shrek Jr. But he's really in a good position.
There's the beat.
This could be
Big from... Oh, Shrek Jr.!
Beautifully, they're just messing away, but somebody has to touch point. Crimson trying to keep everyone alive with a couple lessons. They alive themselves, and we're taking field on point. The punch is going to go wide from Noxar.
Ajax!
Oh, huge! Shrek Jr. finds another. And the point flips back to MTD. Is anybody going to be able to touch? There's a couple of players with the possibility, but Shrek Jr. too high on charge. They're going to be able to find the kills that they need. these points are really easy. As it was his find one, they're going to be able to duck and dodge on the point, trying to keep it alive for the rest of the team before they get there. But Tracer pushes them out, causing them problems. It almost goes over to Team MTD. Because once another, this Lucio cannot be stopped. Salty with another one player left. MTD finally gets that point.
These fights are so scrappy. Oh, the overtime going on forever. I swear, has it been a minute of overtime? I have not been keeping track.
Yeah, at least a minute. That's just nuts. Moving into this next one though. Ooh, early pick here from Noxar.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Oh, and Salty going down as well. Golden opportunity here. I mean, I think that, you know, this first point's going to be Pines, right? They're finally going to get first possession too. I don't think that has been a thing they've gotten this entire map.
The entire team had to rotate over to the other side of the map, so it's understandable for Team MTD to not be there all together. So a good regroup here. They're going to have 20%, and when they walk through.
Cool Hog. Going back to the Hog, which is something we thought we'd see a little bit earlier here, right? But they are on the table now. Labs going down low, going to be forced out. Crimson falls too, so it's going to be tough here for them to fight back from. But you know, like they've got half the point at this stage, right? They can't be unhappy about this. They didn't expend any ultimates either through the course of this, right?
Oh. Yeah, Pine had to use ult, the pulse ult there. Oh, Salty's just getting out of these fights. Crazy. We do have a Kitsune online, and the beat's coming in. Hey, another Ajax!
It looks like he got it out, but at least Let's got those shields. The Hog going down pretty low. Doomso alive here, and still holding on to their ultimate as well, right? So they're going to be able to stay in pretty quickly. Actually, they're going to go for a quick find it. The pulse bomb does go wide, but it also forces Noxar to move out of the way. Big push coming from them. They're going to be able to clear up the point to a pretty big extent here. Labs finishing things off.
Yeah, no, really good rotation there coming from MTD to just keep touching point and stalling and burning all these cooldowns and ultimates coming out from Shy and Noxar. We got 2 ults coming online for both teams.
This ends now.
There's the overclock from Labs.
Ooh. Yeah, an early one as well. Just want to try and lock down this point, maybe even zone them away with this overclock, saying like, let's wait. Junior's that's going to get so difficult. There's not going to be the point present that MTD really is going to want to happen here. They should be able to clear out the point pretty quickly. And it looks like MTD is just going to say, no, let's get the L on this point. We're going to go for the next one. We just got to win one more.
Absolutely. Team Pine had used 2 ults there, the overclock and the coalescence. So just do a quick regroup here. Ooh, a late stagger from... No, they did manage cast test directions respawn time.
Yeah, so that's going to be good for them. They're going to be able to... it'll be a full fight here on point for both teams. And crucially, Shrek Jr. does have this Hawk too, right? And that could absolutely be used to just get that capture, right? Don't even have to necessarily win the fight. If they just push everybody up the point once the point unlocks, that could be good enough, right? And then just make the fight take a while. Don't even have to win it, right? Because the name of the game isn't the kills, it's how long you're on the point. Here with the sound barrier down, here comes the whole...
Yeah.
Already 3 kills in favor of Pine. So, despite that, you know, I think Shrek had that idea, but it didn't pay off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Noxar Doomfist just being in the backline, taking attention from Salty and player Maddie.
Yeah, so that, you know, they did a great job kind of like splitting the focus, for sure. Shrek Jr. moving back over to the Zarya now. That could be really useful, actually, in the face of the Doomfist, right? If you can bubble people with, you know, kind of that precision timing, you can charge things up, keep people up. He goes fine. They're just going to go down with they do to get out of jail free. With Meteor Strike, they use it. finds one. Their head blows right 60% here. We might be looking. We might be getting a lot of points here, Shay.
Yep. We could be going to sub map 5. Haywire did make a swap over to Emery off the on run. Yeah. Cassidy from just a little bit more with the flash to try and disrupt.
Yeah, I think we're gonna definitely have to keep Doxar in check here, but Labs is the one you get to worry about in this fight. As the Rams are finding their mark. Shrek Jr. going down low, they're not going to be long for this world. We do have one person kind of keeping things alive on point, but not for long. We are going to sub map 5 here, Shay.
All the way. All right.
Flashpoint.
Now that I stop having a
Indeed,
fight
indeed.
going on in my ears, I can think a little bit more.
I know, right? Yeah, like that's so true though. Just about like this map in general, right? It's like the fights just haven't stopped. You know, normally there's a little bit more, I think, just delineation between when a fight is happening and when it's not. But neither of these teams are willing to give up a fight. It seems. Ooh, Tesseract should start out early. It's going to be support down on either side. MTD might have the advantage here, though, as Echo's really more for that speed boost, right? And if they do go down, Salty going to be the one that finds them. So MTD looking pretty good here to take this middle point first.
Haywire gets knocks are down, but Labs does manage to get the difference on the Sojourn counter. However, MTV does have control of first point, or the point first, rather.
Yeah, and I think that's gonna be big here, right? I mean, it's big on a control map. It's frankly it's big on any map, but I think more so than most, it's huge on Flashpoint, right? Just because it takes down so quickly. Ooh, the cleanse has to be used early there, so this could be an opportunity for Pine to go in quick.
Salt missed pulse and from Tesseract. Oh, please. I was hoping to see a Kitsune earlier, and now we're already down 2.
Ooh,
We just stall point,
exactly. I think that's as much as you can hope here. Let's find one. We got the Kitsune first up from Salty. They're gonna try.
They do counter with a beat.
Forced out. Yeah, Echoes. Are they gonna be able to get away with it? Knocks are going down pretty low. Shot finds one, but it's not gonna be enough. Team MTD arrived to take it away. They've just got to finish off these last stragglers, and overtime kicks up to TTV Crimson in with a couple of lessons. This is gonna be enough. They're able to get down Haywire. We're gonna get the Meteor Strike to try touch point as Crimson goes down. He touches at the last second. Salty in on the jetpack. Here comes check for Labs. They're gonna be able to pick up the from this. It's not this time because Blair MC is now Shrek Jr. gonna zone everybody with their spin off the point. Could be very difficult to stay alive there, and Team MTD bringing it back. We're at
Let's
peak.
go. Wonderful plays going on. A lot of adjustments being made last minute and throughout the whole map. Even Salty there going on the kitty cat just for the last quickness.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a huge effort there, I think, from Pine there at the very end to try and keep that point alive, right? You know, the Coalescence get on the point there, and then as well the Doomfist ultimate just to land. Almost pulled it back, but it wasn't going to be enough. Team MTD, I mean, honestly, I think except for a couple of like missteps, I don't know if you even really want to call them that, right? On those, on that third and fourth point, really looked in control. Looked like a great pick for them.
It looked like Team Pine had figured out to go after some of the back line and like force them out of position or just to take attention away from them. And I think Team MTD really did a lot to help each other when those dives came in to peel and stay alive for those fights, and that helped them get that last point there.
Yeah, and I honestly think, maybe one of the bigger things that we haven't even really touched on yet is just the fact that Shrek Jr. went back to the Zarya, right?
Mm-hmm.
We saw that swap off to the Hog, and I think, probably in response to the Doomfist, maybe in response to the Doomfist, but I think the Zarya was just kind of the way to go. You know, it really looked like it was working early in the map, and it worked later in the map too.
it really helped to give bubbles to teammates and allow them to just stay alive just a little bit longer while a cooldown came on with a Baptiste shift or just a
Right.
right click to come through. Also,
Yeah.
the Ramatra at the end, I think, was a really good swap there from
Yes.
them.
Agreed. And they swapped it early enough too, where they were able to get the ultimate for that final fight, right? Now, granted, I think that, that the fight was essentially won at the point they got it out anyway, but the thought was good, right? The
Mhm.
thought was there, and I think it made a lot of sense. And if things had gone just a little bit better for Team Pine, then maybe having that ultimate would have been the difference maker, right? Like I said, I don't think it necessarily was, but I don't think it was a bad thing either. So
Mhm.
next map pick is in already. Team Pine not wasting any time here. They want to go to Runasapi here.
Arunasapi is a great push map, I think, but there's a lot of long sight lines that the Sojourn can take advantage of. So I would like to see Team MTD ban them at this point, probably, unless you want to say run the hog and go with. Oh, yep, there. Already picking Sojourn. Yep, from Team MTD. That.
Yep. There it is. There it is.
So
That's no surprise there, really.
I would wonder if then in response Pine would go with like a hog ban or perhaps even a
Ooh.
Zarya. Okay,
There
good.
we go. It's the Zarya man. You were right on it. Yeah, I think that's definitely, I think that's definitely more, more verification that the Zarya really was a huge problem,
Mhm.
right, for Pine in that last map. So, this will be interesting. I mean, these are two kind of heavy hitting bands coming out now, right? Because we are tied at one map apiece, right? So we're at a best of 5 at this point. So now I think both these teams are really kind of looking for that edge, and I feel like the Zarya ban might be more impactful because both teams have a solid Sojourn, right? I
Mhm.
do think I do think Labs is performing better on the Sojourn, but both Sojourns have been good. So Team Pie getting the Zarya out of the mix could be the bigger issue. Although if we do, if Team MTD after after swapping to the the big man, why am I blanking on his name?
Ramatra there. Yeah.
Like maybe they found an answer there in that Ramatra, right?
Mhm.
So we could see that Ramatra coming out to kind of take Zarya's place here.
It might-
in Runasapi.
Yeah, it might have to be a swap of gameplay with instead of these kind of flanky DPS that you're running with getting Zarya bubbles. You're going to have to play more of a brawly kind of. We're probably going to see the Reaper come back in and maybe Lucio just to speed everybody around. So like this more brawly, engaged fight going on. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think you're absolutely right. Well, I'm just looking at the screen here right now where you were hovering, Shay. By the way, big shout out to Shay, right? Because Shay's helping me with the observing tonight. That way, at least both of us are looking at the same thing. But I didn't realize that was like a gear there on Runasapi, right over near the coast. Yeah,
It's a big
like,
old
wow,
like
it's a water wheel.
yeah, water. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
that's
sure
so
that's
cool.
it's what's producing all the energy for the place now that the sun is gone. I think is what because this was Ilari's map.
Right. Oh, that's so cool. I love the lore.
Yeah, the
love the
Lord's
lore.
great.
Yeah.
All right.
This is a great map, though. I honestly like out of all the push maps, this is one of my favorites. I like they just did a great job of utilizing high ground. I think in this one, right? You don't really see it as much in the others. You see it some in the in Coliseo.
Coliseo and
Certainly
Esperanza,
not to the extent. Yeah. Oh, and Esperanza too. That's fair.
they have some high ground here. This with Runasapi, the high ground's more reserved back towards the spawn rooms. So we are running out here today with a Norxar on the Domina, and Shrek Jr. is on Junker Queen.
That's right. I forgot we did see that. We did see that JQ ban come out last time, right? So I think they're definitely, it makes a lot of sense. Getting the JQ out here instead of these are it makes some amount of sense to me. We got a few picks coming in. It is going to be a little bit, what was going to be a little bit in favor of Team Pine. Now it's going to be an even one, but with Noxo going down, this one should go to Team MTD.
Yep, just trying to get a little bit more stragglers here in the first fight. First meters are being made for Team MTD. Junker Queen already 61% on that Rampage ult.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's just crazy. Shrek Jr. certainly feeling themselves right now. Not too far behind over, to be perfectly honest, right? Especially considering they went down. Shrek Jr. gets caught in the corner there. Wasn't able to get the heals. Beautiful shield placement there from Noxar, and a little bit of a geometry difference. For a moment, Noxar does eventually fall though, so even despite kind of getting the early advantage, Team MTD was able to hold on there, and we're going to be able to get a lot of progress here, right? Because Fine says we don't want to deal with this, not without our tank.
Yeah, these supports are just trying to really help Shrek Jr. go in. Here we go with the speed boost. Trying to get managed to get labs. Yep.
Yep.
Now they're in the spawn room.
Play with fire right there, but there's some confidence behind a place like that, right? Junior just about has a rampage.
Suzu's out. Big rampage.
Dude, you're soon a rush. Players just falling like flies.
I mean, a little expensive using 3 ults there, but I mean, it just puts the pressure on. You already capped the first checkpoint here.
Yeah.
They're gonna hold up. Yeah, I mean, that's just how you want to play this.
This is huge. I mean, like, hitting 100 meters, right? A lot of times that's the point of no return, right? I don't want to call it for Pine here because we've seen Pine very effectively from things before. This is an insane advantage right now that MTD has. They're coming in to try to go some as Shrek goes down though, so big opportunity here for Team Pine. They got 5 ultimates. Are they going to try and win it without any? They can't afford to spend 1 or 2, but no. They say we're going to keep it alive, but it's a little bit costly because Crimson does go down, but I mean, I don't know if they even make it back to the middle.
Yeah, trying to find my right. There we go. Using the beat there and not catching Shrek Jr. kind of unfortunately lost the fight, but they will at least have a fight here in the middle before checkpoint gets lost.
They're going to be working from 3 ultimates right off the here. Crimson's going to want to hold on to the Paris's. There's no way this fight doesn't go their way. Right? If you spend 4 ultimates, you better hope you win that one.
Indeed. Which, I mean, that you take that for Team MTD. Just a little more communication, maybe on like planning which ults you want to rotate in the next fight, because that was an expensive fight for just taking first point without even knowing if you're going to get this checkpoint.
Yeah, that's very fair. Crimson does have the Death Blossom, so it is going to be all on them. Can they get more value than Haywater's going to find out of theirs, right? And here comes Haywater's shield goes up from Noxar, and Haywater doesn't care in the he can shoot up around, and that's exactly what's happening. From the skies, Manny finds one, TTB Crimson goes down, so a pretty significant amount of movement on that bot. I mean, that was, like, honestly, that was massive for Team Pine, right? 150, they pushed it 150 meters in 2 fights.
Ooh. Maddie already goes down early, which, I mean, you don't like to see that, but maybe we can get another early pick here with, the other team gets it. Just disengage.
Resurrection looking a little rough, too. They doesn't have recall at this moment. Yeah, they're gonna get healed back up. We're gonna see a full fight here, right around this corner. Definitely gonna be looking for that flank from TTB Crimson. Oops, very low. Push out a little bit too aggressively. Everyone and the rest of the team gotta make it pay for it. But Crimson finds one before they're taken out. It is still an even fight, but Haywater's poking people out from that window. They do move down to the ground, but it doesn't seem to matter. They're still finding the kills that they need. And crucially, the knife there coming out from Shrek.
The patience Shrek Jr. has, and the knife.
Okay, that was crazy. I mean, I he got the kill, but that knife was hitting. Like that, what a prediction.
Salty pulling dangerously close on that edge. We do have another 4 ults here. I'd like to see a
nice
quick
stun.
There's the Kitsune. Not an Ajax.
Yeah, player many good stun. It's a good thing they got that. And it might be here comes the rampage from Shrek Jr. off the back of the pulse. They're going to be able to find another one, so advantage here for MTD, but they do actually pay one. They're able to back it just well enough. Salty now trying to do what they can to keep this fight alive, but it looked like it was going to go the way of Team MTD. But hey, look, pulling it back. Is it going to be enough though? Shy goes down. Oxana finds one. I mean, this is hard to keep track of who's in advantage here at the moment.
Yeah.
Tiny actually does take it.
Yeah, they did manage to get the forward spawn, but 2 are going to have the backward spawn because it just got capped in the middle. So a little more time here for Team Pine to regroup and just hold some space here in the center. You
I think it's really... Go ahead.
I think you could see the Labs coming out with this ult here early just to put some more pressure and gain that space and time.
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty likely. I think something to note as well though is like these fights have been very back and forth ever since ooh, Kitsune seems like he puts a little bit extra into the tank to get through this one there. It's going to do find one though. Grenade goes in, gets to the second. Shrek Jr. is down. So this is an opportunity here for Pine to not quite equalize, but to get very close. Team MTD has to win this next fight if they want to maintain their advantage.
Yeah, the Team Pine is able to take a lot of space here. Domina does have a lot of space to play with that high ground stairs, being able to zone out with the shields here. But
Right.
there are flanks available for Tesserection.
Oh yeah, and I'm really taking advantage again of that high ground, like you said, right? Look at this. The Bucks are really making sure that they are in control of it. Their team can utilize it if they want to. Well, that pushes around that corner, right? Just by positioning, they're kind of getting some free space here. Shield goes up, and again, there's not much you can do to try and push in there if you're Team MTD. If you think Crimson, he might have a flank. He's actually able to push Nox out of Team MTD. Certainly with a little bit of an advantage at this point. They're actually going down, so it might mean that that is over, especially with the sound barrier. That's one. Shy gets another one, and we might be equalizing here, Shay. This could be a top game or very close to it very soon. Oh, there. That's a stagger.
Unfortunate, but yeah, they have 3 ults here to maybe do something with a touch, but it's really aggressive ult coming in early.
You need 0.2 meters is the advantage here for Team Pine. They get a couple of kills. They're going to be able to push it right to the door of spawn. The pulse bomb does come in and 5-1 fight. Is it going to be enough? The spawn is certainly going to be in main TD's advantage, but he can't afford to lose another fight, Shay.
Yeah, they cannot. They already lost the lead. 30 meters and counting here. 130, that is. Shrek Jr.'s probably looking in to come in within a rampage, but Crimson might have a cheeky flank here, honestly.
Yeah, somebody's definitely going to center the deflux, somebody knows it's coming. He's up to the here comes the deflux, so now Crimson can just wait it out. That could have been a little bit too early. Oh, big. You're rampage coming out from Shrek Jr. Labs to try to put things away here. Team Pine is lucky to get Labs is doing exactly that. She goes down low. So he does find him. Who's going to end up with control of the point? Both teams still vying for it. It's right in front of Team MTD spawn, so they're going to be able to get the point quickly. The reinforcements are going to be there as fast for Team Pine, but it might not matter because Pine is putting the finishing touches on it. They're finding the kills. Labs down very low, but they're not getting the support they need. The healer's still trying to come. Is this going to be what we need to put it away? Almost, they're going to be forced back It's a almost full team here. Back now for MTD. Somebody stepped up for just a moment. It's going to be taken out very, very quickly. Wire under the ground, looking to stay alive. Are they going to be able to do it? They've got a sliver of health, barely staying alive, barely keeping it going. Not and it goes kind of more kills, but it's just stop. They're going to eventually run out of gas. Time takes over. Pine taking the lead 2-1.
Wow, that was so close. Like the lead from Team MTD like looked really good and promising at the beginning. I think there was just a few mishaps.
Huge.
Like just getting picked off early or doubling both supports there at the last game fight where you know, you want to stagger those out rather than go all in, because all they do is disengage and now you have nothing to answer back with them when they use their ultimates.
And, you know, I feel like I just owe Team MTD an apology. I really feel like I cast or cursed you there. You know, I said 100 meters, it's usually the point of no return. And, like, to be fair, it usually is. But, like, oh, my God, Pine. What a comeback. What a comeback.
Very well played by both teams. And we have an actual series here on our hands tonight. So
Yes, we do. I don't know how the last few OCs have gone, but this certainly looks like he could be going the distance here. But we're going to be throwing it to about a 5-minute break. Before we do that, though, Shay, any thoughts before we hit to that BRB screen?
I would like to see like teams just take a moment to decompress and come back mentally strong and ready to face the challenges of another, perhaps 4 more maps. So looking forward to tonight.
All right. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We'll be back soon.
dance off the streets. Rainfall washes away the memories in binary. Salvation bathes us in its glow. We look up to the sky and dream of Neo-Tokyo. Take flight, dreams begin to reignite. So clear.
Welcome back. We are on to map 4 here for our tournament here against Team MTD and Team Pine. Juggle, how are you feeling about the game so far?
I'm feeling great about the game. I mean, it's just been a back and forth affair, right? If after the, well, it's really, I think it's just gone into whoever picked the map, right? At this point.
Yeah.
And sometimes at the end of the day, that just ends up being what happens, you know? And a lot of times I feel like that happens with more established teams, you know? Like if you're looking at a collegiate team, right? A lot of times that's where you're really going to see it kind of manifest in that way. But these teams really seem to understand each other's strengths, right? As a team. And so I think that's absolutely playing into it. Also, just a quick shout out to chat. Love the fact that we tied there, Shay, in the Wizardbeard poll. So, yeah, just love to see it. Love to see it. And in addition, I want to give a couple quick shout outs. First off, shout out to Localhost. I used to work here. They're a sister company for Nursery Gamers out here in Colorado. The esports community is just wonderful, and Localhost allows me to cast here. You know, I do some casts for them. They let me cast here for free. It's a wonderful situation. So I always love to give them a big shout out. So thank you, Localhost, for once again setting me up here in a corner to do my thing. And also shout out to Post University. I'm repping their gear right here. This jersey that they gave me. Just a wonderful organization, and now I get to look like I'm still a part of the industry, repping with a jersey. So. Appreciate them both, but back to the map, back to the game. We're headed to King's Row here, Shay.
A classic.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got this. This is going to be our fourth different kind of map here tonight. It's going to be the hybrid, and so we're going to just be able to see everything. Like nobody wants to go back to control and like ping pong between two different kind of ideas. We're seeing everything.
Right. Yeah, no, they're really throwing it all at us tonight, which is fun, which is exciting. I love to see it. And you know, what would an Overwatch series be without King's Row? The bands that came in, we've got two pretty interesting bands. The second band that came in is the one that I want to talk about first, though, and that's Team Pine decided to ban Lucio, which I think can be a pretty brutal ban here on King's Row, right? Especially if you're looking to run like a Rhine-based composition or just any kind of a brawl.
I would agree. Yeah, both teams have been running the Lucios tonight, so they're being affected equally. I think that, especially in a map like King's Row, where you have these corners, you really want to play around. Being able to speed onto a team with the Lucio really helps to engage. But you know, there is also the idea of a Juno if you would rather want to still keep the speed, but it's a trade-off for the AOE heals.
Exactly. Now, one place you can get back that speed, though, is if you do go, either a Juno or a Junker Queen, right? So you can certainly find that value there. It's not as consistent, but you can kind of make up for it if those are in your hero pool, right? Similarly, we have Ramadra band too, so that's a pretty big band coming in. Too, but it looks like Shrek Jr., and that was definitely, actually, that was from Team MTD. We're gonna see both teams go to the SIG though.
May Wall already coming out from Tesseract.
Yeah, that was a huge May Wall. I mean, that gets Noxler caught out in a big way. Noxler's gonna be forced back, and a lot of utility gonna have to be poured back into them, but. What an icicle right to the dome of Shay. Haybar is going to go down, though, so it's a 1-4-1 pick. But this is definitely going to benefit Pine a little bit more, right? Because they're going to get that spawn back faster.
Just being able to take the high ground here for Team Pine. Yeah, kind of pushes everybody out.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, right? Once they got that pick, once they had the reinforcements there, even just a second or two sooner than Team MTD, it just kind of went their way. And Team MTD here, I think, is doing the right thing in that they're looking for an Archer's hold.
Yeah, May does a lot of damage with that right click, especially if it hits you in the dome.
Yes, that is true. And yeah, Tesserection definitely been doing that. A little bit. A bit of a SIG battle happening here in the street. Oh, nice rock there coming out from Noxar. Crimson's down. Noxar falling shortly thereafter. So, yeah, great hold here from MTD. And I mean, they can just really clamp down here, right? At Arches, this is exactly what Team MTD wants to have happen if they do lose that first point back quickly.
Yeah, the archway there is just very easy for Sigma to hold. You got multiple people looking up at the high ground. But you do have Crimson is caught out on the flank.
Yeah, love to see Salty's heads up, play right there, right? Able to kind of like alternate actually, like with Haywire on keeping that in check. But Window from Salty trying to keep Labs at bay. They're not going to be able to get anything from it. I think that's the first time I've seen Labs not find value out of their ultimate. Shrek Jr. finds one with the Gravitic Flux. Here comes Window. Nox are going to try and turn it around, but TV Crimson isn't there to really help the follow-up. Thanks to Rex, it does fall. Labs gets one, though. They say, I don't need my ultimate to find value. The Nano committed, too. A lot went into that fight, but, if you're going to break your arches, sometimes you got to spend.
Yeah, I really like the uses of ults there. It's just, sometimes with, like, a poke comp on King's Row, it can be kind of snowbally where, like, both your ults come together and then somebody wins, and then you just go next.
Right, exactly. And that's certainly what happened here. We're going to see this, last fight on Streets is going to be certainly right around this corner. Noxar finds one, though. They could have cracked it wide open. And Haywire just about had their ultimate due on the Sierras. So that's going to be pretty brutal. Resurrection going to try and hold things down, though, with the Blizzard. It does catch Noxar in it, but they're not going to be falling that easily as Lab strikes back now that the Blizzard is gone. And Team Pine pushed it forward pretty quick here, Jay.
Thanks for the help.
Yeah, having 3 minutes going into C. Oh, actually, yeah, it's extra 90 seconds. Perfect. That's a lot of time to cap C.
Yeah, that is a whole lot of time to cap C. Tesurrection looking to see if maybe a bit of an Omnic turret can help things out here. Just keep Noxar at bay, because honestly, Noxar's finding a lot of value. And I say that Rock comes out and finds Shrek Jr. right off the bat. It's an interesting flank for Noxar. It's really preventing Team MTD from finding a lot of places they can post up. But Shrek Jr. does find one. They get another. It's going to be 2 picks for each team. But again, this is only going to be benefiting, really, when you're trading like this, Team MTD. But now the advantage to definitely combined at this point. And with the Death Blossom, never mind.
Happy to see that.
No Death Blossom.
We do have many ults online. 5 for almost for Team Pine, and 3, nearly 4 coming from Team MTD.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Yeah,
see.
if I can get that Nano one online, that could be big.
I'm expecting a Nano overclock. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that's what they're playing for. Then Crimson, if they need the cleanup, right? Oh no, they give it to Crimson. Crimson looking to drop it with the Death Blossom. They're able to find one. Maddie goes down. Both supports in their sidelines. Salty's gone as well. Pine on cleanup duty right now. They might be able to push this in. They need somebody to touch. It's going to have to be Tesurrection. They're going to have to dash to get to the point. They're going to be saving that deflect to just try and survive, just try and touch that point. Here comes Labs, though, trying to put the 50 touches. And their body block. Player Maddie gets body blocked by the Sigma. They're eventually able to get out there, but it's not going to be in time. It's 2.5 minutes.
Oh, dear.
Fine.
Well played from Noxer. They're just blocking the Zen Trance from being able to speed on to point with that to keep them alive just all the point.
I feel like Passy is probably crying in chat right now.
Initiating match.
That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt for that Zen main. But yeah, I mean, as a tank main, I'm sure you love it as well. Like anytime you can body block somebody like that, it's just so satisfying.
It is satisfying. It's annoying when you off roll on DPS or support and it happens to you, but you're like, ball.
Yeah, it's like, all right, fair. I see you. Well, Team MTD certainly has their work cut out for them. 2.5 minutes. That's not that's not small. It's not a small time bank, to say the least.
No.
Shrek Jr. looks like they might be bringing out your boy Ryan.
Yes, you love to see it. I think Ryan works really well into Sigma here, especially if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, just deny so much more with the shield and swing on him with the when you grasp hands.
Yeah,
it's just free damage.
Yeah, exactly. And I think too, going back and talking about the Arch's ult, right? Like I think Ryan can just push through that if you're going up against the Sig. So it'll be interesting to see, if they do go for that swap. After Arches, assuming MTD gets through it, which I feel like they will. These teams are just so well matched.
A little bit of a different angle here from Noxar, honestly. Holding really aggressively forward.
This is interesting, and I mean, you can... Oh, no, you can't. Shrek says, no, you can't. I was about to say, it looks like you can get away with it, but... Yeah, Noxar bit off a little more than they could... Haywire finds another one, so I think that this point is effectively over. I mean, Noxar might be able to get back, but MTD's got plenty of time to try and clean up these kills. Actually, you know what? We might see a last-minute touch here, because... MTD hasn't really been able to find the kills, yeah. Oh, that's a big nade. Nope, they're not going to get the touch.
They do not drop.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, like right here, I feel like Shrek Jr. can just push through shape.
I think it does a good job of at least zoning out.
Yeah, very true. Very true. That's a nice shield though too from Noxar, right? Like effectively taking out that window. Resurrection finds the head. Or actually not a head, body shot kill. Oh, beautiful charge. Yeah, so see, like, Ryan really has the advantage there, I think, in that arch just hold up against the Sigma. And now Team MTD is looking to actually push through faster, surprisingly, it seems. Nice cleanse there coming out from Salty as well. They get the Kitsune rush. That's going to just allow them to push forward, but they're not pushing forward too fast because that is a nano-boosted Sigma. Oh, here comes the Gravitic Flux. The cleanse is a little bit early. So Nox and Labs combined find the value that they need. Shrek Jr. in an awkward position. They're going to be forced back, I think. Well, no, they're trying to hold this base. They're getting the heals they need from Salty at the moment.
Yeah, a quick little stabilize here. I think just a little bit better ult usage there. Probably could have seen more value come out.
Yeah. Ooh. Claire Maddie on a little bit of a flank there. Finds some value taking out Akos. Oh my gosh, and Shrek Jr. in a tough position as well, but Maddie finds them, keeping them alive, and yeah, Team MTD. looks like they're coming into third point with even more time. Wow!
Big slam.
Going for the shatter too! Continuing to just push. Now they're just making a point. This is a statement, right?
Shrek Jr. said, we're playing King's Row, we're playing Reinhardt.
Yeah, exactly. We're showing you why. This is my home. Oh, that's huge from Tesseraction. I mean, that's good for a solid,
for sure.
Corner at least, right? You're getting around this corner. And just keeping Labs from being able to use that ultimate too.
Orbit.
Yeah, several ultimates coming out here. That orbital ray really helping out Reinhardt there. Labs and Shy both going down low, but Labs finds one. They're gonna be able to get another one. No, 2 players fall. MTD. Oh, it's an even match here right now. On point 3 versus 3, and MTD says, you know what, the spawns, you've got it. We don't have our tank. We're backing off.
Yeah. Good discipline. Everyone gets out here.
Really good discipline. Yeah.
Shrek Jr. swaps over to Sigma too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Akos on Cat. Already down.
Yeah, nice shot there from Tesseraction. Big Kitsune rush. Look at the shot from Salty. A great dragon as well. Zones everybody kind of off the point, making it impossible for Noxar to get the healing that they need. Haywire are going to just try and keep people from coming out of spawn. They do get a last moment touch here. A couple of players still in the mix. Looks like Jetpack Cat trying to stay alive. Not going to last for long. Death Blossom coming out on point. It does find one, but one's not going to be enough. And a full minute and 4 seconds more for Team MTD.
Yeah, that was well played by them there at the end, just being able to get some picks there. A huge Kitsune there from Maddie, being able to engage and get 2.
Yeah, I think you're, you called that out absolutely right. Like Maddie with that Kitsune Rush really opened that up, right? Just a tremendous amount of pressure, and Maddie was hitting their headshots too, and there's not much you can do when a Kiriko's hitting their headshots.
Yeah, Kiriko Kunai still does a lot of damage. Nearly like 90% of their squishies health pool, I feel like, yet. I'm not sure if the breakpoint has changed since the updates, but
yeah, that's always getting fine-tuned. It's hard to know exactly where it's at. But I think that definitely left Pine scratching their heads a little bit. Like, what do we do now? Where do we go now? And if Spawn is to be believed, which I never believe Spawn, they're saying Hazard might be the answer. I think certainly on first point it can give you some advantage, but no. Okay, yeah, we see the Zarya swap, and I think it's the first time we're gonna be seeing Noxar on the Zar.
Yeah.
If it holds.
Also, I see a cheeky play coming out here on the left side. Cat Bastion.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'm here for it. You love to see it. Let's see if it gets what they're hoping. Oh, so sneaky, so sneaky. Oh, they're going low though. It's a great idea. I mean, it almost worked. But
almost worked.
Yeah, Tesserection, honestly, I think has been like Tesserection has really been the hero here for Team MTD in this map. They're finding an insane amount of value, and as I see that, Shy falls to their arrows as well. So, yeah, I think a lot of their success has been on the back of that Hanzo play.
I think Salty got in just a little bit too deep there, but something to take note of is because we're into round 4 now, or 3,
Right.
you do spawn with your perks enabled.
Right, you do. You absolutely do, which is huge. Ooh, nice ring there from Maddie to help out their Sig, but oh, it's not gonna be a beautiful bubble there coming out from Noxar. Both tanks though very low. Oh, Shrek Jr. smelled blood in the water, but they weren't able to convert it. And now 1 point is gonna be 2 ticks over here. Somebody's gonna have to touch point. It's gonna have to be that Sig. They've got their shield out. They've got a lot of health. Some of their shields are there, but like that beam from the Zarya. Noxar absolutely devastating MTD, but they've only got 30 seconds now. That was a lot of time burned off the clock.
I think that's all you can really ask for when you're defending, is to burn as much time before overtime kicks in and see if you can stop B before the cap.
Right. And I think the crucial thing here too for Team Pines is they're going to be able to push through arches, right? We're probably going to see this first fight break out around a hotel, which they have to be very happy about. In addition, Noxar does have this Graviton Surge coming online too. But
there's going to be a quick abduction, taking the Sig into the back line of the team.
Oh, it's going to be a hard time for him, but the Dragon to try and save Shrek Jr. doesn't quite get him, but it does take out 2 players. Huge play again coming out from Tesserection. The Graviton Surge is out though, and I don't think there's much you can do about that.
Yep. No respawn catch for their Haywire there. They might be able to cap here on the end of B.
They might. Yeah, Haywire might be a little bit late to the fight, but I mean, I think... Yeah, no, they're gonna get another fight. They're gonna get another fight here, and so I think you're playing for this Graviton Surge. Salty's gonna be in this Kitsune Rush early to try and get that Surge up quick as they can. They've already got Crimson down. Adamus delivered to Noxar though. That's pretty scary. Oh,
Zari does not go down
there. No, but they do it to the rock. Oh. Wow, huge fight win there for Team MTD. I mean, that's big.
Absolutely, that's just last corner there before capping. I think is it's a hard ask. I've seen just before on this corner, so it's definitely holdable for Team Pine. Definitely want to see if we need a quick pause here.
Oh yeah, we got a technical pause. One of the players computers turned into a potato. So
Yeah, we have a couple console players in the Discord, and one of them is playing here tonight.
That's
so
right. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I was just trying to say that I've seen games where the payload does not even get to there, even though it's so close to capping at the end. It's just such a nice area to hold for defense if you're able to regroup on and get that catwalk just to deny some of these sight lines and shoot down on them. So
yeah, I mean, like the street space of Kings Row goes fast, typically, and I feel like if you're gonna hold on streets, that's where it's gonna happen most of the time, as long as you get through arches, right? Like I think it's very attacker sided, for the most part, like really except for those two spots, and I think Arch is a little bit stronger of a hold defensively, but it's not going to be the typical place that you do get that hold. So yeah, great plays coming out there from Team MTD, and I mean with 3 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock, especially considering like how quickly they capped first point last time. I think Team Pine is going to be hard pressed to hold them at this point. I think that Team MTD might be evening the series at 2 apiece. After this, that's my prediction. It's my prediction, chat.
I think what you really want to do is not have Noxar so far forward past the gates there to hold. Basically in their spawn, I think he was just a little overextended there for the first fight on defense, which is why they lost that so quickly. But
yeah,
a quick little change, a change in tank line. Maybe see something different in the back line. We'll see. Everybody's back in now, and we are ready to continue.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what we got in store for both teams. Looks like Noxar's sticking with the Sigma though, Shay, on defense.
They are also choosing to stick with the Bastion there for Crimson actually this time with Akos.
Yeah, with the oh, are they doing? Yeah. Okay. Oh, they've been spotted. They know they've been spotted.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Salty saw them in spawn, so they're not gonna. It looked like they were gonna go for that, like that cheeky spot, not the really high spot in front of the choke, but
right.
The lower one where you can actually kind of get around that corner. Morgan coming out for Shrek Jr. That's definitely going to be a bit of problem, I think, here for Noxar. That's a solid choice here. Either that or the Crimson taking out Resurrection though. That's gonna slow Team MTD's roll.
I think they have a TP already up.
Oh, but
stick
a
with
nice.
The Symmetra.
Yeah, they're sticking with it, and also a great job like preventing the value from being used there. Right, that rock was able to knock them away from the TP, so not everybody went through it, which really split Team MTD.
Like to see what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Morgan definitely has their sights set on TTB Crimson. They're going to be able to take him down with the help of Salty. Haywire does fall, though. But this hasn't been, like, nearly as cut and dry as that first, that first push from Team MTD. They're struggling a little bit here. In fact, Shrek Jr.'s just still fighting this. Like they're one-man army, practically. I mean, Salty was there, but, I mean, truthfully, Pine just burned so much time off the clock, and I think Team MTD kind of handed it to him in a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of staggering coming out. You see Tesseract swapping over to Cassidy, no longer on the Bastion. But Crimson is here in the corner again, looking.
Both teams now with the jetpack cat, so they're both up to shenanigans. You love to see it. Oh yeah, here comes the Bastion. Looking for the flank, but Cassidy is on them, plugging away at him. It's going to be Haywire. He eventually gets the pick.
Here comes a Kitsune rush. Noxstar trying to put a stop to it, but I think the Flux was a whip.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Flux is a whip, so what can they do? Team Pine very, very low in so many places, and everybody for MTD very high, but they're not getting the kills. And in fact, it's going to be 2 for each team. 60 seconds left to go here, and Pine's still looking like they have the potential to hold on. Oh, but Shrek gonna be able to gun him down, so Labs is gonna say, I'm out of here. We'll regroup. We've burned off a ton of time. We've put ourselves almost at an advantage at this point if you're Team Pine.
Yeah, Shrek Jr. did make the swap over to the Zarya, which I think is great for, if the team wants to keep playing this way, just kind of take these off angles.
And I mean, Graviton Surge in so many cases is just kind of a free fight win, right? Like, as long as you play it right. Here comes a rush from Shy, though. 24 seconds left to go here. We are in last fight territory. Might have been a little early, but Tesserection does go down right before they're going to be able to get their Deadeye. Crimson falls, though, so it's a 4v4 right now. But Labs has their ultimate ready to go. They could be putting the finishing touches on this. Team MTD cannot afford any mistakes at this point. They have to play the rest of this perfectly. Otherwise, it's going to be Pine going to match point. Shrek Jr. does have the Graviton Surge online. Beautiful bubble right there. They're high charged as well, but Labs coming out with their ultimate. They're not fighting anybody. There's the Graviton Surge. The shield's in place, though. It almost saved Noxstar, but they go down. Maddie is gone, though. Isn't going to be enough to slow them down, though, for Pine. Or is Team MTD going to be able to push through? They've got the Kitsune Rush ready to go as well. So when Maddie gets back, they've got their ultimate, too. You can just take somebody off the point if you don't want them there. Here comes that Kitsune Rush. Shy falls. It's looking rough for Team Pine. Team MTD looking ready to capture King's Row. Aiko's trying to stay on point, but they have so little health. Just enough time for Crimson to get back there. But now, from the sky comes Haywire. They find one before they die, but that's probably all they needed, and Team MTD ties with a 2 apiece.
That is absolutely amazing gameplay from both teams there, doing just using a good cycle of ults there to try and bleed out as much time as they can from Team Pine, especially with the first point cap. Just getting down to like double digits, and the archway wasn't even like pushed past yet. I thought like it was over for Team MTD, but very good showing from them.
It was a really good show. Yeah, they clutched it out, They focused up and they got it done, because it was looking dicey for them. But when it was on the line, they came through. They came through and they delivered. So yeah, it's we're going to at least map 6 here, Shay.
Yep.
Which is incredible. So, and let's see here. At this point, we've seen Control, we've seen Flashpoint, we've seen Hybrid, we've seen Push. We just need to see Escort at this point, right?
Just
to round out the 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if the teams are going to deliver that to us, or if now they're saying like, okay, no, we got to go where we want to go,
Right. And again, I think you said this before, is that whoever chose the map won the map. So,
Yeah.
If Pine wants to win, they gotta go somewhere they know they can perform to their strengths.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we are going to go to an Escort, like maybe Gibraltar, right? Like maybe they bring it back to more of a dive thing, right? Get the ball and get the Doom out again. I think that could be pretty powerful for them. They've certainly got options, right?
Okay.
I mean, a lot. But instead, it's actually going to be Rialto. The Rialto pick actually comes in.
That's not too bad for them, honestly. I think Rialto's it offers a lot of environmental shenanigans, either for Ball or Lucio, since Lucio is no longer bannable.
True.
Yeah, or even a Pharah. We've seen the cat in the sky with the Bastion, but maybe Pharah Mercy comes out or something, like
that could be wild. I mean, I think it also really plays to Labs too. Like this is definitely. I think you're picking Rialto. You're also looking to enable Labs, on the Sojourn, right? These long sidelines are going to be great for them, and just the ability to go up and down off of the high ground. Really, really good. Really, really good pick, I think.
I would agree. Yeah. It might not be a bad shout to start asking the chat who they think should be MVP for both teams. Just to who have you been
Yeah.
keeping an eye on, and who do you want to see like really think has been putting in the work for each team, MTD or Pine?
Yeah. I think you got some good choices on both teams. I don't know if it's necessarily like cut and dry,
Mhm.
right? Um, in either case.
I for sure. I feel like Shrek Jr. is doing a great job with a real depth of tank rotation in each map for Team
Yeah.
MTD, living up to the name of the group.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I would say Tesserection has been kind of low key doing a great job in like the first few maps, but especially in King's Row, I felt like Tesserection really came alive for Team MTD. So I think either of them could be good good picks. But moving over to Pines, I mean, Labs has to be in the conversation.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I
honestly, go ahead.
sorry that another Lucio ban and a Wrecking Ball ban. Okay.
Yeah, I think the ball ban, yeah, certainly makes sense there.
I
You can get a lot of work done on ball here.
Before we go into the group, I just wanted to give a shout out to Shy. I think does a really good job on the support role there for Team Pine, keeping everybody alive and engaging with these ultimates. So keep an eye on
Yeah.
everybody.
And I think Akos as well on Team Pine too. Like they've been great on Lucio, and Noxar says in chat, Noxar's very sad about the ball ban here, and I'm feeling you, Noxar. There are so many beautiful rollouts here on Rialto. So yeah, rough day to be a ball player on Rialto. But yeah, we're about to head into the map. Certainly anybody's tournament at this point. I think yeah, this has been such a wonderful matchup.
Absolutely. 2-2 map 5 going in Rialto. It's the best of 7, so we're here for a little bit longer here, chat.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Grab those snacks. Get that water. Stay hydrated.
Indeed. Anybody got popcorn? I'm a little peckish.
Ooh, popcorn sounds nice.
Do you like your popcorn with just salt and butter, or do you put any flavoring on it?
I like it with salt, butter, and pepper. That's one of my favorites. But I'm just like a big pepper fanatic. I just love pepper in general. I'd say that's kind of my go-to. Sometimes some other spices, but I tend to just go kind of classic. What about you?
Usually butter, salt. Sometimes at the brewery, I would have they have ranch kind of dry seasoning. So I'm Midwest Iowa, so it's kind of a staple for us to enjoy ranch.
To enjoy your ranch, yeah, that's so fair. That's so fair. Yeah, no, I don't really do any. I don't like sauces on my fries. I like them dry. I like them, just with like some dry seasoning. But let's take a peek here. Who we got? We got Noxar and the Hazard. First time we're seeing Hazard come out here tonight. Definitely a great idea here, right? Going to provide a lot of vertical mobility. Shrek Jr. on the Ramatra. I'm honestly surprised we haven't seen more of the Ramatra coming out from Shrek Jr. just because it did look so good back when we were on Atlas.
Yeah, I agree. For more of a brawl. Oh, good wall.
Yeah, that was a good wall. Oh, what a sleep. Ooh, Aiko's going down though. Brig actually just clocked that. We got a Brig on the field. That's interesting. Yeah, I haven't seen Brig, I think, this entire game.
I wonder if they were thinking more of a dive, or is this more for just a sustain?
Yeah, I'm trying to. My mind is asking the same thing here. Like, what is Aiko's plan? But the other thing is, like, they're on attack, so I don't know. Like, they could go back and swap very easily if they were like, oh, this isn't dive. So like, they're definitely committing to it. Maybe they were expecting more flankers.
They might have been.
We have seen the, that could have been what they were thinking, because I mean, certainly They get called out. You know, we have seen a decent amount of Tracer, I feel like, come out from Team MTD.
1 health on
Wow,
Dream Test.
literally 1 HP. Crazy Tetherection.
We do see Nox swap over to the D.Va, which is a first as well.
Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting. There's some very curious picks coming out now from Pine. I mean, I think that could help shut down Tetherection a little bit. You know, you could also eat some of those nades coming in, right? And speaking of Tetherection, finds Crimson. So huge play out there. This has been a solid defense. I mean, already 2 minutes burnt off the clock. Nano delivered, but too little, too late. I think it's the story here.
Well, not.
They're gonna get 1 pick, but I don't think it's gonna be enough.
Yeah, there were 2 picks there from Noxar with the Nano, but you know they don't have a lot of in the tank here. Tetherection has dragons. We got 4 ults actually from TMTE.
Ooh, Noxar. A little bit of a misplay right there. And now that's pulling out their supports to try and save them. They're trying to back off, but no, they just throw themselves off the map. Shrek Jr. with the ultimate. And I mean, this has just been a masterclass of a hold here from Team MTD on Rialto.
Yeah, Ram is doing such a good job of zoning here on this second corner. Just playing the payload.
I feel like we might be seeing a rally come out here soon from Makos. Yeah, especially with that anti getting hit. That's going to be a big... this has to be the push here for Team Pine, right? If they don't get this fight win, this is going to be really, really rough for them. And nothing has really come of it. The rally expires, and now Shrek Jr. has their ultimate again. Self-destruct coming out. Are they going to be able to catch him when they get 2? Shrek Jr. falls. Pine finally breaking through, but Team MTD should get 1 more chance at a hold.
Yeah, 30 seconds to cap here on first, and there's enough time you can use the dragons and your Emery ult here to go in. There's a quick swap to Salty just to make a little more speed.
Oh yeah, great idea. Oh, the dragons onto the point to try and give him a little bit more time too. Shrek Jr. makes it back to the point. Avar coming in with their ultimate as well. Pretty grounded there for just a second. Avar looks like they might have just used it to try and get the point. Deanna does go down. Deathblock Crimson not going to get anything. They're left out of it. Team MTD says no, but Noxar isn't done yet. They found one. Can they get another one? We've got Labs up on the high ground. Shrek Jr. gets the DMAC. They fall. It's going to be Labs trying to hold on for dear life, but not going to be enough. And MTD, what a hold.
Holding first there.
Yeah, this is the most dominant I think we've seen either of the teams look this tournament.
Yeah, for
Or this
Escort.
series, rather. Yeah.
For the series, yes. Escort can be this snowbally. You get all the way to third. You can stop at second, or you could be full held at first. So this is a dominant showing on defense, and it's not impossible for Team Pine to make the moves just as well and hold on to first. However, with Shrek Jr. showing that Ramatra just being an anchor on this second corner, I believe Noxar has to answer it back with something of his own. I don't know if the D.Va's the right call. He's showing Orisa.
I was about to say, I was like, I feel like now is when we see the Orisa come out. Because this is kind of what we thought we were going to see from the word go, right? When, you and I were chatting with Autumn before the game, we were very much expecting to see a lot of the Orisa, but we hadn't really yet. And I think now is absolutely when you bring out the Orisa, because you have to hold, and you have to hold for a long time.
Yep. The Fortify is just enough to keep her alive, and the twirl with the spin, the E, just to negate some of these incoming projectiles. It's just enough for her to stay alive. And then you also got the Mei, Crimson on the Mei to help alleviate some of that pressure from the supports.
And also, I think Maddie is showing us that, like, clearly there's something we don't know about Brigitte and Rialto. Like, and on attack specifically.
Specifically on attack.
Help us, chat. What is going on? Why are we seeing so much Brig all of a sudden? On attack specifically. On Rialto. But already Team MTD pushing forward pretty aggressively. Shrek Jr. has the arms out. Nice wall, though. That could be problematic for them. They're forced to back all the way to spawn, actually, via bullets. So, first hold down. 3 more to go, at least.
Yeah. No ults online quite yet. It's just the first fight, first minute. But we're looking to just stage another engage here. Shrek Jr. on Zarya.
Yeah, that tracks. I mean, Noxar's going to have a little bit more difficult time with this, right? That shield spin not going to do anything, but the beautiful spear on the Tesseraction. They're not going to have that, those dragons for this fight. Haywire falls as well, and a big wall too.
I do like Nox
Nice
playing in
window.
the room there.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Nox
just
playing
so
in the
much
room there was big. Oh, look at that! Beautiful play there from Noxar, pushing the Zarya into the team after the bubble expires. Masterfully done.
And Maddie goes down late from the Brig. I think now, even though you might have a rally, you might want to look into something that's just going to give a little more utility into this fight.
Yeah, I think you get staying power with it, but how useful is that if everybody else is dying? I feel like Noxar comes out with a big onto Tesseraction. They're really shutting them down. That's going to be 2 fights in a row. They're not going to get their ultimate. Maddie does find one. Crimson down. This is an opening here for Team MTD. In fact, they're going to be able to find a couple here. So they break through, but oh my gosh. Okay, Lab says we're not done. I'm going to try and see if I can pull this back. And they find one. Plus, Noxar's still alive. Salty does get them though. So, but it's enough time at least for Shy to find some positioning. They're going to be tried to poked out by Salty, but Shy says no. This is my high ground. I'm holding it, and Pine is still in control.
No, I really do love playing this little house here as a reset. Just contest the point, and unless you get pincered, it's kind of hard to dislodge them.
Yeah, and then you can do things like this. They let it happen again. Big rally coming out from Maddie, though. It almost cost their life. Here's the dragon. Graviton search that they're going to be able to find, too. But Noxar eventually falls, so now Team MTD just has to push it a little bit. But Pine should be able to get the contest.
Oh, unfortunate.
Huge for Team MTD. That might be all they needed.
We do have a disconnect, perhaps. That may have been what just happened there to Crimson. As I believe we have it set so if a player does leave, it automatically pauses.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Crimson was the player who's on console, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there they go. Yeah, Crimson. Yeah, Crimson just left. Oh god, that's an unlucky timing for Team Pine.
Mm-hmm.
Not much you can do about that.
Yeah,
Other than say rough. Rough
Mhm.
timing. Because that could have been a great spot to hold up. And I don't know, Crimson didn't have their ult, but I don't remember how far they were from it either.
They're pretty close. Yeah, 94% is what Prod was saying. But
yeah,
they still could have had block to touch just to stall a little
Right.
time. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
right there. It's an unfortunate timing. Yeah.
and if you're Shy, you don't want to swap off the Baptiste here because that window I feel like could be really useful.
Mhm.
It's just a way to kind of hold here at the last moment, right? If you just put enough damage in, you can knock people off point for a split second. It's good enough, to
Yep.
get people off that point and maybe get your team on there. So,
Yeah,
tough,
Team MTD
tough,
doesn't
tough.
have anything here. So yeah, the two
Whoa,
ults there
you're right.
would have been really impressive for to see Pine hold even the fuller hold on Rialto first.
That would have been crazy. But I mean, it's also not over yet, right? We can't count
No.
them out. I mean, it's gonna be tougher than it was. There's no way around that. But it still absolutely could be done here. I not sure who's kind of closest to touching point at this point. But I mean, the Noxar can give themselves a little bit of a speed boost. For one,
True.
to try to get back to point. But I think that's just about it. We do have Crimson is back in the lobby now, at least, so we should be jumping in again. But Rough Pine, rough.
We'd be waiting for teams to ready up here. Yeah, we're gonna see one more map for sure here tonight. So let's close this one out.
All right, here we go. The teams are ready to roll. We are unpausing. We are heading back in. The waning seconds of this map, 44 seconds is what Team Pine needs to do, but they've got less than 4 meters to touch here. Somebody has to get the point. They're able to get them before they touch it. MTD takes a map pick away from Pine. This was Pine's map pick. So this could be where it turns.
I would agree. Yeah, it could just be a bit of a change in the wind here, coming from behind in a way of being second. They're always answering back. Now they're pulling ahead, kind of idea.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. There. So, we'll see. Crimson in chat says my servers hate me. And yeah, it looks like they do. Crimson, that's rough. But yeah, so the map pick's gonna be back to Pine, and they have to make this one work, right?
Yep.
This is it. Team MTD is on match point right now. So we're gonna throw it to a quick break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon.
Was I hypnotized, or am I stuck in a daydream? I don't recognize the destination ahead. When I fantasize another life I had chosen, I play make-believe inside a web of lies that I've woven. When did this all start to fall apart? Am I becoming someone else? My reality doesn't seem to have a grip on me. Now it feels like I'm just chasing you like a dream I can't remember. I'll be lost forever. In the cold dark night, I still hear remnants of echoes. I surrender you, the haunting voice in my head. When did this all start to fall apart? Am I becoming someone else? If I could rewind time and recreate, would you be more than a memory? My reality doesn't seem to have a grip on me. Now it feels like I'm just chasing you like a dream I can't remember.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here for map number 6 of the Grand Finals here for Organized Chaos, and our destination will be Suravasa. But Shay, we got a little bit of a mix-up happening for Team Pine, right?
Yes, indeed. We have a sub coming in. Wu or Sen is subbing in for Crimson, and they're going to swap over Akos to DPS, and Wu will then be taking the support role.
Yeah, so that could be that's a big unknown, right, for Team MTD, right? In two ways, right? It's not just like one player subbing in on the same role. You got a player subbing in and somebody swapping roles. So that's a bit of a shakeup. But in addition, for Team Pine, right, like that's also a bit of an adjustment, and especially coming into this what could be the last map. That's a lot of question marks on the board for both teams.
Yeah, I believe there was a bit of a switch up on Atlas, which is when Crimson went over to Moira first, when the Reaper was banned. So
Oh,
they
right.
have played a little round with the changing the backline, but a whole new player is a new wrench in the works for Team MTD to figure out in these last two maps. Yeah.
But Suravasa is going to be where we are headed, and I do believe we got at least one of. I think we got both bans in. We got one of them in. And the first ban going to be Domina, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah, Domino and Hanzo. And Labs even delivered the message, I feel like, that they wanted to ban the Hanzo. Because, Tesserection has just been looking phenomenal these last few maps. You know, they've really come alive, I think, in the back half of the series in a big way.
Absolutely. It's great to see a DPS player like build up a storyline over this series here tonight. So, really excited to see more gameplay from both of them. Labs and Tess.
As am I. So, about to head into the last potentially map here. Team MTD hoping to put the finishing touches on this best of 7. Pine looking to stay alive, force us to that game 7. Comes down to Suravasa, and Noxar as well in chat says they're going to start playing their main heroes. So Noxar with a little bit of a friendly banter there, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, they've shown a depth of heroes as well. So
they have.
Yeah, we'd like to see what they consider to be their main tank role.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like I'm honestly a little jealous. I wish I had this kind of, flexibility. Like I could certainly pick those tanks,
Mhm.
but I'm not going to be getting that same amount of value on them that they are. But
Absolutely.
two JQs, to start us off here.
Yeah, Queens. You got.
I mean, that makes sense. Like Servas just seems so good for JQ.
Yeah, there's Jotes. Yeah, I haven't heard Jotes in a long while. You got Kiri, Sojourn, Juno, Emery,
Oh my
and
God.
Queen on. Only difference is Lucio
Yeah.
on with Shy.
Yeah, and
Michael
oh my
Tracer.
god, yeah. Pine's gonna be on point fast, like that TP plus the speed boost.
Yeah, we've seen this last time from Team Pine was they took that right side, the far side that just kind of splits the entire team on a mirror.
Right. Ooh, and Lab says goodbye to Tesserection. You're not on the Hanzo, so I got your number. So an early advantage here for Team Pine, and that's exactly what they needed coming into this. That's going to be good for not just, the fight win, but god damn Labs. But also I think for the confidence.
With Shrek Jr. here alone, gotta get out. You shout. They're getting chased.
Yeah, trying to not give up too much base, but should have given up more, I think. Because that's going to be good for another, like, 20%. At
But
least.
Labs does go down.
Oh. Yeah, Tesserection. Tesserection says, okay, alright, fine. I'm not going to go toe-to-toe with you on the Sojourn. I'll just go back to Tracer. We'll pick apart your supports from the sides.
And ready.
Haywire on the Emery. Force the pistol out.
Wow, yeah, it actually causes a lot of problems there too, Tesserection. And look at this, actually they got the touch. I got the touch. I didn't even realize. I thought that this was one and done here for Team MTD, but Pine is picking apart this point. They're able to hold on. They're, I think, going to be able to cap this. I don't think we're going to see a contest. At
Yeah,
least
no,
nothing significant.
Team MTD is just too far back into spawn to get any touch, so they're looking to assume the next.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Time for the reckoning.
Ooh. Wow, Stalky coming alive here on the Lucio. Noxar finds one with a knife. Now, off the back of that rampage too. I don't know exactly when that came out, but I mean, jeez, Labs.
Yep.
Labs is
Labs back on the Sojourn, saying, "Okay, I gotta run the lobby here. Take control back."
yeah, and take control they certainly have. I mean, so far they've won every fight, right? Pine has not given MTD anything. They try, I think, to make a push there for the touch, but it just wasn't there. Smart to wait up. Shrek Jr. does have the rampage coming. I'm sure they're looking for an opportunity for it, but not giving him much of anything. Haywire goes down, so now Shrek Jr. trying to back out here. Sees the writing on the wall. Things are not going their way. Labs puts in just enough damage, though, for Noxar to finish a couple of people off, but is it going to be enough? Shy finds Shrek Jr. It looks like it might be, and Pine's still in control.
Still in control here, indeed. And I was hoping to see Shrek Jr. use the Queen Rampage ult just before Shy got that beat, but now that they have beat, it's just going to be a wash of ultimates there once they engage.
Yeah, it really could be. Yeah, like Salty's right there. Salty's certainly gonna get it, right? Although they did take a knife. Oh, so they don't. I cast it. Cast occurs again. So here we go. Pine in control once more. They're looking to make this a quick 3-0. They're on the brink of making it 2 right now. Yeah, there's no way MTD is gonna be able to do anything here. Yeah, Shrek Jr. just needs to die so they can respawn with the team and go to the next point.
We're seeing a good coordination from this brawly, scrappy fight that's coming out from Team Pine.
Yeah. And it's looking like, these, the subs certainly not having any problems, right? Pine does not look like they are struggling with, working into kind of this new composition that's going on, but nice fight with there from MTD, right? Labs gets an exit pick, but, you know, that's good enough for a point capture.
Yeah. That was a trade for beat for Rampage.
Yeah.
Which I mean that's very fair.
Yeah.
3 ults, 2 ults on Team Pine and 3 on Team MTD. I think what you would like to see here is a early Kitsune. Just try to swing the tempo of the game back in your favor.
I think probably what Tesserection is going to be looking for is an early pulse pump. They're not going to get in there for it. Shy comes out with a sound barrier. Wu's actually holding on to the Kitsune Rush. So they're looking like they want to use it when there's not one in opposition. Here comes the Rampage, though, from Shrek Jr. See if they can find something here. It's already 40% on the board. They got to make something happen here, but Labs is putting a stop to things. Labs finds both supports. What do you do now?
For sure. He just like doing all he can, taking these different angles, using the most of the mobility of Sojourn that has to offer.
Yeah. And keeping it, you know, like not necessarily going toe to toe with Tesserection, but keeping Tesserection in check because both teams are having their backlines post, right? So that pressure is there for both squads. Oh, that's going to be a nice cleanse, but it's not going to be enough as Labs finds them. Oxar has the Rampage, but they're going to hold on to it. They don't need it. 50% now on the board here for both squads. But after this, Pine just needs to win one more fight, and they're going to take this in a fast 3-0. MTD's got to figure something out here, Shay.
Yeah, the Wu coming on the Kiriko like is really doing a lot to, you know, just give more support over to Pine.
Yeah. Kiriko's doing a great job holding down the DPS. 2 early picks. This could be it. 96 on the board. There's a touch, but there's only 3 players alive for MTD. Shay, there's no way we're not seeing a map number 7 as Shrek Jr. goes down. Haywire tries to stay alive for as long as they can. They got the ultimate. They're not going to be able to use it. And we head to map number 7.
Last minute hurrah coming in from Team Pine saying, you know, we're going the distance here tonight. We are seeing map 7.
And I mean, just a crazy plays coming out from them, right?
Yeah.
Team MTD just looked. It looked like they had no idea how to answer this, how to respond, right? I mean, they went head to head. And look at this, right? Look at the numbers here. 6,000 separating them. The 2 tanks, right? So, you know, that's interesting, right? Because that to me says, you know, of course you can only tell so much from numbers, but I mean their numbers were super similar, right? So the difference is coming out somewhere else.
Yeah, I think Echo's being swapped over to DPS. Being on that tracer is really helping put that extra pressure on the flank that we were talking about so early on into the game that Team MTD needs to figure a new strategy out or go back to an old one and, you know, play the Zarya one more time and, you know, just deny the pressure with those bubbles.
Well, I mean, they could certainly do that here, right? Because Tesserection's going to be free to move back to the Hanzo. I think that could have been a big thing that we saw happening here, right? Because Tess definitely looked. I don't want to say they were struggling, right? But they weren't finding the value that they were finding on the Hanzo.
Yeah.
Right. You know, like Labs very quickly pushed them off of the Sojourn and onto the Tracer, and then Akos was going kind of toe to toe with them on the Tracer. So I think in a lot of ways, Tesserection was just put in check, right? Not being able to play that Hanzo. So now that it's Team MTD's map pick, you know, I think they probably look for a place where they can really put that to use, get Shrek on the Zarya again, right? And just find that comfort map pick. As to what that comfort map pick is, I couldn't tell you. I don't think we're going to control. I don't think that would play to the way that Team MTD likes to work. So I feel like we're more likely to see a like a payload map or a push.
A payload was exactly what I was thinking. One that comes to my mind is Circuit Royale.
Oh, Circuit
I'm
Royale.
Thinking there's so little flank opportunities, so you won't have a tracer always in the back line and long sight lines for your Hanzo to take control of all these getting these headshots around corners, just like
Yeah.
you know.
And we know Shrek Jr. could also swap to, like, if the Zarya isn't working for whatever reason, they can play the Sig, they can play the Ram, right? They've
Yep.
looked great on both of those. And so I think those are also very, very good options here for MTD if they decide to go that route. But I'm sure that's quite the discussion they're having in chat right
That
now,
would, yeah.
in team chat.
As for Noxor, showing the queen out again, even pulling out something different like a dive again with the ball as we've seen on Control.
Yeah.
I know Circuit. I keep putting the Circuit idea out there, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of maps you don't want to go to, like a Parizia or Gibraltar, because of the high ground utility that ball can get out of there. So they
Yeah,
gotta get it
and
back.
and Circuit Royale is rough for ball. Like it's just not great.
Mhm.
Because like you said, the flank opportunities are pretty limited, and in addition, you're really only working at like significant high ground on second point and third point too, a little bit of second point and a lot of third. So it's definitely tougher.
Mhm.
So, but I don't think we've still got a map pick yet from Team MTD. So they're definitely, they certainly have a lot to think about here. And outside of that too, I mean, I think they're probably also, the map pick is only one thing, right? They also have to
Right.
think about the ban, right?
Mhm.
And so, with Wu in the mix now, do they, or Sen, do you try to cripple them? Do you try to cripple Akos? Do you look for a tracer ban here?
Right.
But I feel like that's also map dependent, right? Because if you go to
Mhm.
Circuit Royale, maybe you don't care about the tracer ban.
Right. We only showed us, I believe, the Kiriko, so they could have a deeper pool of heroes. But if you want to deny a Kiriko for both teams, that or
Yeah.
you got to force onto a Moira or into a
Or Juno.
Baptiste or Juno. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we might see, like, if we do see a Kiri ban, I feel like Team MTD would probably move to Juno. I think they've seen some good success there. But you know what? They're proving us both wrong and saying we are going to Control.
Okay.
So we're going to Samoa, it turns out. But this is a very flat map,
Yeah.
right? Like, this is definitely going to make it hard for Ball, but I feel like Noxstar could certainly pull out the Doomfist here.
Yeah. I wonder if they also hovered Hazard for a little bit on
Oh, yeah.
Rialto.
Yeah, they
But
did. They did.
I think I want to see Orisa, honestly, just because we
Yeah.
talked about it so much, and I think
And it did work
somewhat.
very well on Rialto too.
Hmm. I think, yeah, Orisa would be a good shout, especially since, well, Maga seems to have just been banned from Team Pine, so
Yeah. Wow. Okay, yeah, but I mean, like, Samoa is a pretty good manga map. Um,
and now we
see here.
do actually get the Kiriko ban from Team
Yeah,
MTD as well.
yeah, that tracks. That tracks. So yeah, I feel like we might be seeing a Juno come out for them. But how does the Maga affect or pick affect this? Right, the Maga ban.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
it
we
might.
didn't really. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He kind of ran out of the gates on the last control map with Maga to start. So that's probably what they're thinking. Since we're picking another control,
Yeah.
they might want to run that kind of comp. So maybe we see the Hog here tonight.
Oh yeah, actually,
Yeah.
the Hawk could come back. Yeah, the Hawk could come back. So that's certainly an option. But it looks like both teams are ready to roll here. We got it. We got map number 7 here, Shay. You love to see it. A
I'm
beautiful
excited.
way to kind of like to cap out the long weekend here, the Memorial Day weekend. Although I guess like we most of us we've got like the Monday off, so you'll all get time to recover,
Absolutely.
or to recover from this absolute banger of a series.
Love it. Samoa is a beautiful map here. We're in.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's not the downtown, but it's got the big old tower there and the coastline of just
Yeah.
beautiful clear blue water.
Yeah. Yeah, very Blue-green, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm colorblind. You can never trust what I say when it comes to that.
I forgot that about you.
Yep. I've eventually gotten to the point where I don't have to play with the colorblind settings anymore. But I used to, God, my screen used to look awful. Like if I were streaming or if like people were observing me, they'd be like, "Oh God, what is this palette? What is this color palette pick that you have going on here?"
Oh Lord. All right, we're seeing Noxar come out with the Domina, and Shrek Jr. is indeed on the hog.
Yep, here we go. Yeah, and Salty is on that Juno. Oh, and we've got the Genji as well. Probably going to be seeing some Nano Blades here. Shimada brothers, head to head here in the final map. Ooh, nice wall there, shield. Big anti-nade comes onto Shrek. That's going to push him back for a moment. Force out the breather. Ooh, hook goes wide. Nice sleep as well. Wow. Wu is doing everything they can to keep that hog in check, but it's not gonna be quite enough. As Team MTD says, we're not gonna let you take this map out from under us. At least not right off the bat. Oh, this is rough.
Wu decides, you know what, I'm just not gonna give you any old charge. I'm gonna be off the map myself.
Yeah, that's definitely the play there.
My ultimate is not ready yet.
Shrek looking for a sneaky hook here.
Power at my fingertips.
I don't think that was the target.
No, I don't think it was. The nade comes in though. You force that out early though before it's like really gonna have a huge impact. That's kind of nice, right? And like the hook's gonna be back well before the nade. Really just vying for a position here at the moment. Nice sleep there. Are they gonna be? Wow, they're able to get out of it. That's crazy. Salty does eventually go down. Heiko's chases them. Is this the opening that I need? Oh, what a reflect. Tess getting a taste of their own medicine right there. Via their brother. And Pine with a beautiful point cap there.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, 59% is not bad for Team MTD. You have ults coming online. Labs does have the overclock, which I know is always scary to walk into.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's too much even for a hog, really. But speaking of hog, they do also have the pole hog, too. So if they just need to clear point, certainly be helpful.
This ends now.
Okay, yep, here comes... Oh, what a hook! Ooh. That's going to be a one-player advantage here for Pine. Ooh, Salty with just a sliver of health. They're just going to fall off the map. They say I've had enough of this. And Shrek Jr. does get one! Shrek says, I'm not done yet. I'm going to do some damage here. Gets the little space there for the team. Allows them to walk onto point. Forced to take a breather, and it doesn't really give them that much health back, right? They got some, but a significant amount. Lab's able to put finishing touches onto them. So that might have been a little premature. Here comes the blade. The immortality field is out. They're trying to get the kill. They're forced to chase down Maddie. They eventually find him. But it's enough. It's enough for Pine to keep the point.
What a investment there. A nano blade and overclock. But you almost got overclock coming back online.
Yeah, that's crazy that it's halfway there. Ooh, an aggressive sound barrier for Pine to just try and take this fight before they even get to the point. But Shy's gonna pay for it with their life. Nox are using their ultimate to see if they can find value, but Shrek Jr. shakes it off. He says, I've got a vape, I'm gonna use it. 20% on board. Labs looking to put the finishing touches here on this sub-map. Haywire does get one. Salty trying to stay alive. You can hear Hog stomping around, but not for long, as Noxar finds them as well. The rails from Labs just putting everybody away. And now, all Pine has to do is win this next sub-map, and the series goes to them.
Wu has been throwing those nades onto Shrek Jr. like every chance they can get, and even though, you know, They're kind of shrug it off. They just rotate around. It's just denying space while they wait for the anti to cleanse because there is no Kiriko anymore.
Right. Right. Like, Salty's picking up the slack as much as they can on the Juno, but I mean, that's like, you know, it's really making, like, Wu says, okay, you ban my Kiri, fine, I'll go to Ana, deal with that. You know? Like,
Right.
it's really working out well for them. And the other interesting thing is, like, Akos has been doing this Sim TP out of spawn a lot too, right? Just because they are comfortable on the Tracer, I think, or the Genji. And so that's really opening things up too, as far as just, you know, positioning is concerned for first fight, because I think historically in this series, Team MTD has been winning first fight. But that hasn't been the case since we've gotten Wu back on the field. Oh, ho, ho.
Noxar already got one down.
Yeah, that's a very, very fast fight win there for Team Pine.
Yep. Honestly, yeah, it's really hard for me to say anything more that what the team needs to do besides don't stagger here.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what happens. Oof. Hayward does swap over to the Reaper, though.
They do. Maybe there's just a way to put more pressure on the backline with a flanking Reaper or something.
Yeah.
Too sure.
And kind of the best of both worlds, right? Like, you can put pressure on the backline, but also you can kind of go toe-to-toe with Noxar a bit if you need to, right? Oh, wow, Shrek Jr. with very little health. You're taken out early, and look at this, like, Noxar has their ultimate as well. Team Pine is coming alive, and Team MTD doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, they've gotten a second wind with Wu joining them and putting some more pressure, allowing Akos to do more pressure on these DPS role.
Yeah. Laps maxed out, gets a little bit of damage in there. Noxar off the tail of that. Shy finds, or actually no, Haywire and Maddie, they're kind of punishing this over aggression here coming out from Pine. So Team MTD certainly not going down without a fight. Now they're going to chase down Wu. Actually, Wu's probably going to get off the map, yeah.
Actually gets
Salty gets the kill. Salty gets the ult charge. That'll make Wu salty, that's for sure.
Area denial.
Lordy. All right. We got a beat here to maybe be a little aggressive, especially if you lose one early here.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's 1-for-1 here. Oh, big ultimate coming out from Shrek Jr. I think this is absolutely the time to do it. Yeah, just hold up those fists and do some damage, put everybody back. If nothing else, you're just buying time. Big stat fair coming out here from both squads. Shrek Jr., though, bites off more than they can choose. Labs finds one. Pine has an opportunity to move in here if they're able to win this fight. Dragon Blade comes out. They're not even going to commit the nano to it. They're going to say, we're going to save it for the next fight. Yeah, because now they got nano rail, right?
Yeah, they got nano for labs or even Noxar if they get low being pushed here.
That's true. Yeah. Resurrection, though, back on the Stoach as well. They've got theirs. They're going to push in with Coalescent. Noxar hiding back here just a little bit. There comes the nano onto labs. The Death Blossom doesn't find value. Haywire sent back to spawn. And now we are firmly in last fight territory. But this is going to be a scuffed final fight. It's going to be up to Salty to touch here. Everybody trying to get out of spawn, looking for that touch. Salty very far away, though. There's not hardly any way they're going to be getting the point. And Team Pine puts it away. They are your organized chaos champions.
It was a great show. It went the distance all night, back and forth. I loved it, every minute of it.
Yeah, great game for everybody, and it feels appropriate. Labs is going to get the final play of the game here. No surprise there, really, I don't think. But huge win here for Team Pine. Yeah, you love to see. You can't ask more. Can't ask for more than a game 7.
Epic.
Both teams played really well tonight, and we'll get back to you soon about the player of the match for the series.
Yeah. Who the MVP is going to be? Power Slide champ.
Yeah, we'll
love
take
to
a
see it.
quick. We'll be taking a quick break here and wrap things up soon. Stick around as I believe we do interviews here. Yes, we'll be right
Excellent.
back.
Stolen time, enough to waste on feeling young again. Destination, decimation, be my detour for a while. And until we're heading nowhere, we can watch the world burn. Take one last look at what we left behind. We can drive forever till the blood moon dies. Too late to start again, so let's live to see the end. And leave our shadows when we're gone. Silhouettes against the darkness hanging over us. Don't forget all those places that we used to love. Destination, decimation, be my detour for a while. And until we're heading nowhere, we can watch the world burn. Take one last look at what we left behind. We can drive forever till the blood moon dies. Too late to start again, so let's live to see the end. And leave our shadows when we're gone. Destination, decimation, be my detour for a while.
Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good. You broke our love like I knew you would, but there was something about your smile. I had to be there by your side. In this night with candlelights, you're like the needle in my arms. But there was something about your smile that I can barely stay alive. 'Cause it's a hard life for us, nothing I can do about it. And you burned all the bridges to the ground. You left me in a snowstorm where I'm dying. Hero, you're my drug, my gasoline, wrapped in a world of make-believe. 'Cause there was something about your smile, I had to be there by your side. Ooh, we're in a circle of emotion,
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. As you can see in chat, the MVP poll has closed, and it is none other than Labs.
Congratulations, Labs. Absolutely stellar showing here tonight. You have been doing so much on the Sojourn and, well, all the DPS roles that you've been playing.
Yeah, but certainly, I mean, the Sojourn was definitely the standout, by, absolutely the case. Absolutely the case. I mean, yeah, he was always a threat, but he's going to be joining us here momentarily, so we'll get to chat a little bit about it. Hello, Labs!
Hello.
Congratulations, first off. Very, very well played tonight.
Thank you. I mean, I was not happy with myself with how I was playing, honestly, because I thought the first few maps I was playing, I got tilted on Alice. I hit my desk a little slam a little bit. Gotta, calm it down. At the break, I went downstairs, got a good drink, and then I came upstairs and felt good. I knew after we were down, when we were down 3-2, I was like, I actually think that we had a more likely chance of winning. Even down 3-2. I think everyone on my team knew that. We kind of just stuck with it and didn't give up, and we just communicated well, and just glad that we got the W. Hard working for sure.
No, y'all clutched it out. I mean, it was like once it was going back and forth, right? Like whoever had the map choice was winning, right? Until that map number 5. So I feel like too, it seemed like kind of in the middle of the series, Tess really came alive there on the Hanzo, and I feel like that was causing some problems. Were you feeling some of the pressure that Tess was putting on your team, or do you think that that pressure was going elsewhere, right? But you still kind of had to deal with it. Talk me through some of that.
So for me personally, I've always had a big problem dealing with Hanzo ever since I started scrimming. That character has just I hate that character so much. And whenever they removed it for like that limited time that one time, I didn't have a chance to play. So I always had to play with at least a Hanzo. And he's always banned. I always ban him in my game because I just think he's easy. He's like Torb, shoot down man, hope to get a kill. I did feel the pressure a lot because I was feeling like I just definitely probably shouldn't have peaked that much because disrespect to Hanzo. Because okay, well maybe I'm just gonna get one tapped for fun. I don't know. And then like I just peek randomly and go behind a wall and I still get headshots. So like I don't know, that character doesn't make sense. Whenever we took the Hanzo away, it felt so much easier and freer to play the game, and I feel like my team had a, but I think it was easier for us to play it without the Hanzo, but near the end, I feel like we got the hang of it and just dealt with the Hanzo pretty easily.
Did you feel that you were able to take more space like around the map on these flanks because the Hanzo was not there, or you weren't being contested as hard?
Yeah, 100%. I just feel like we were able to gain space a lot more, be able to play the game more freely without the Hanzo being there. I feel like I was able to take angles without a game marked by the Hanzo. And I'm gonna be honest, Tess is the best player on their team, in my opinion. I love Salty, but Tess took the cake with the Hanzo play. I'm not gonna lie, that guy's kind of crazy. That guy's maybe I'll have to pick him next time I'll be captain.
Yeah, there you go. Like sometimes that's the strategy, right? Like absolutely, that's the way to do it. Well, talk to me a little bit about how things went when Crimson was just having so much trouble with their internet tonight, and that was rough. You feel bad for the guy. But then it kind of Wu came in and clutched it out for you, or Sen. I don't know what their exactly their name is, but we were talking chat. We're like, we really have no idea how this is gonna go, right? Like it's a big question mark for both teams. So it looked like it worked out well. I mean, did it feel very comfortable for you right off the bat? Because not only was it Crimson getting subbed in for, right, but you had role swaps too. So it's kind of like you were working with two new players in essence, right?
I was super happy to hear that Sen was free. I felt like it really fixed a hole in our team. Akaz is, I don't know, he's just a whole different beast. I don't know what that guy was doing, but I I was like, whenever I heard that Sen wasn't gonna be here, I was like, oh man, because she was really good at appealing me a lot, and I felt like she was really good at helping me dealing with the tracer a lot, so it was like a lot easier, and I just felt like the game got so much easier. I'm sorry, Crimson, bro, but brother, you're playing at 300 ping at 4
That's fair.
I mean, there's not much you can do there. Yeah, no, for sure. And Sen, I mean,
Poor guy.
yeah, I know you feel sorry for him, but yes, then she did amazing. I mean, you all looked. It looked like a new team, you know,
Mhm.
and that's not
Yeah.
a crack on Crimson, right? Because like, yeah, dude, I'm a 2xe Black Console and NAL. That's what they say in chat right now. The fact I made it this far is impressive. Yeah, no, exactly, right? Like, great work. But yeah, I can certainly see the difference that it made.
He brought I don't know. Because I feel bad, he was dealing with a lot of internet issues. He's playing on
Yeah,
console,
that's rough.
I've worked with console into PC pool, and I feel like your sense gets messed up and you're not able to play the game. So
Mm.
I can get, he's on console. It's like 4 a.m. where he is, he's dealing with bad ping,
That
you
too.
know. Yeah, it's really bad. He's on his off rule too. He doesn't play DPS, so I just felt like,
Oh
having someone
wow.
that plays DPS a little bit more better. I'm sorry, Crimson, but I feel like if we had this roster like for map 6 and 7, I feel like we would 3-0 this team.
Oh.
Or 4-0.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's saying in chat, I adapted well to the dodgy Wi-Fi. You really did. You really did. All right, well, we're looking.
Stuck with it.
Yeah, he certainly did. No Wi-Fi issues for the fall. Sounds good. Sounds good there, Crimson. Sounds good.
Poor guy, man. I feel bad for his
Yeah.
Wi-Fi, bro. He's have to deal with that every day.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank you so much for coming in and chatting with us. Congratulations again
Thank you.
on the win. Any final shout outs, anything you'd like to say before we cut you loose?
So, well, I'm really happy to become back to back. I kind of, well, after I got tilted, I really worked on my mental, and I was able to, I guess, work a lot better and smarter, and I was really calm. Even after winning, I was like, yo, good job, guys. I wasn't screaming and yelling like I did last time. I did a really good job at handling nerves, and for shout outs, I really want to shout out my team. I love my team. Shout out to the goat casters, Juggle God and Price over here, and
Appreciate it.
and good shout outs to Autumn, the main goat.
Oh my
talk
god,
to-
yeah.
sure.
Autumn does.
Autumn with the
only does
hard
Autumn-
work and stream, bro.
Yeah, not only does Autumn do a lot of work, but she puts up with a lot of shit
Yeah.
from us. So,
That's true.
the entire server.
And-
I don't know if she's live on stream or not, or still just in our ears. They can't hear you. Okay, no.
And
No, but Autumn, we love you. We appreciate you.
Autumn's a hard worker, Gotta deal with
Indeed.
work too. And I for people that wanna follow me more, I play Face of League Advanced for Like Academy, and my Twitter is wait, if I remember correctly, yeah, it's labs_FPS. So I coach rarely on a good day I post, but I'll be there, and I should have a team announcement soon for up and coming leagues. So I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I played great these past 2 days. So I'm happy with how I played and got my team on. It's kind of all that matters. Everyone put their hard work and got a job done. Shout out to the org. The org's great. Every player participating in this, it makes it a lot of fun. So
Awesome.
I'm happy to be MVP and got to play in these tournaments with a bunch of great people.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you so much. Echo those shout outs. Thank you so much, Autumn on production. Thank you, Shay, for casting with me. Great to get to share
Absolutely.
the test with you. And before we send the stream off into the ether, Shay, any final thoughts from you?
Just both teams played really well tonight. I enjoyed doing the color casting once again. Every time I set aside to do this, just because I'm loving the community that we're fostering here. So thank you everyone for hanging out here in the chat and being with us for these little tournaments we set up.
All right, well, thank you all
I-
so much.
I know
Tuning
one more
in.
thing. I know
Oh,
one
yeah,
more
no,
thing.
go right ahead, Labs, please.
So I think we have the two people that we're casting. I think they had the best beards. No, no, like the best beard competition.
I
I
also
also won that one.
I love that we
Yeah.
tied. I wouldn't want it, frankly, any other way.
I
Yeah,
honestly
really.
think I don't know. It's hard to beat Juggle Gods. I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard one.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
fair.
the love. But yeah. All right,
Take care of
well,
the beards out there. Maybe I should grow one myself.
you should. You should. That's your challenge for next time. No
That's-
MVP. No MVP next tournament unless you have a beard. All right.
All right, I got you. Yeah, sounds good.
I don't know if I have the power to say that, but I'm saying it.
I don't think I could grow one. I don't think I can.
You got a month. 5 weeks.
Yeah, you got a
I'm
month, man. Come on, you
I
got a
can
month.
grow. Oh no! I could grow a best of mustache. I could grow a best of mustache.
Just go buy one. Just go to a costume shop.
All
No,
right, I'll
Just
put
buy
one on my face. I'll put one on my
Yeah.
There you
face.
go.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been an absolute joy. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And GG's. We'll see you next time.